lot of stuff.
You did?
Well, including these. I brought all this. Because really the only reason I brought all that is because I want to tell the story. And I'm going to be like, and there's a bunch of football players in it. Some guys you've never heard of, like Dave Osborne and Gene Washington. And some guys you have. Like Joe Namath and others. And then just put this right here for the rest of the show. Yeah, these things need like a slight back. Like, I just need to add like a piece to them or something, you know? Oh, yeah. Did I show you these? Did I pull these out before? Okay, I couldn't remember because I didn't even know I had them at one point. This is an original press of Hart's Dreamboat Annie on Mushroom Records. That woman had. And of all the records she had, so many of them had blown out spine splits and shit, like seam splits on the edge. Yeah. And look at these. None of them. So that we're going to give to Julie. This is like an early textured cover with has 2 inserts in it for some reason, this copy of Rumors. And then look at this. Like, what the fuck, man? I'm not even a big art fan. I'm like, well, I read that. No, you don't. Yeah, you do. Because he was going to take one to media and get $8 for it or something.
Well, that's,
you know. 3 Hall of Famers and David Lee. Although, I think David Lee's picture is the best one. Carl's is good, because he's wrecking that dude. Whoever that is, that Raider guy. Alright, what are you giving this game?
I don't really care. I'm gonna give it a
Listens intently. Spies are in the midst. Oh, he can hear us. Why can he hear us? Uh-oh. What's going on here? I'm glad you can hear us. That's weird. Are you just muted? It's very weird. Okay, we're going on mute now. Hey, how's it going? That's weird. Huh.
I'm still confused about how it was capturing the mic, but then it's not. There's something.
There's something.
Hold on. Try this. No. So how about now? There's probably no echo now, right? Hold on. I think that I figured it out. There's something rogue that's plugged in here that's a mic.
I wonder if it's coming from the camera.
Maybe, but it's coming into this. So I don't worry about it. We're not going to worry about it. The microphone has its own input, and then there's an audio capture input as well. And for some reason, it was capturing both, so you could hear us because one wasn't muted and one was. And that's why I was confused when you guys like, hey, we can hear you. And I'm like, why? How? What? So we got it straightened out. Good evening, everybody. The notorious CIB is here.
Yes.
He's going to come visit. Kalen's going to be here in like a month.
I like it.
Yeah. Anybody else wants to come visit, let me know. We'll hang. Go hit some video game stores. Buy some food.
Buy some food.
Drink stuff. Soda. Candy bars. Whatever. Anyway. Yes. Superstar Supreme Milwaukee Retro Gamer, a.k.a. the notorious CIB. Which I'm just going to start calling him that.
He is pretty famous.
Because, he's been Milwaukee Retro Gamer for probably, I don't know, the entirety of his adult life.
Sure.
Not happening now for me. Yeah, that's probably good. Which it might be a couple years before we get you to the house there, Tiger Wolf. You're more than welcome to come visit anytime, though. And if I'm ever in Western Canada, you're the first person I'm going to reach out to. 100%.
We should go to Portland.
I want to go. I actually was talking to Josh about it. And he's a happy piano player, too. That's right. I really do want to go. I'm going to try to plan it next year. It's just that one always sneaks up on me. I don't plan well. Kaylin can attest to this.
When is PG?
It was just last few weeks ago. So it's usually October, November, I think, usually. I remember buying my first copy of Resident Evil at Pearson Road, Meyer. I probably bought mine somewhere nearby. Yeah, Portland's cool. I know it's not as big as Midwest anymore, but it's like more fun, cool stuff. But it's all more. I think it's a lot more like panels and show offs and stuff.
Maybe we don't go.
I want to go still. I want to go. If we go, we'll see Johnny and Josh and those guys for sure, and all the people that are on the West Coast that we like.
Or we could just tell them to come to Midwest because Midwest is better.
Some of them will.
The Midwest is the best West.
Everybody knows the Midwest is the best place to be.
That's right.
Yeah, it's funny. I bought my first copy of Resident Evil. Oh, man. I was living here. I'd have to think about where I bought it. I absolutely bought it basically when it came out. I was so excited for this game. It's one of those games I was so excited about. But we don't want to talk about that yet because, we haven't started recording the episodes. We're all right. Oh,
yeah.
You know what? We got to do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, back in the day, that's the only place Eric could go. Living up in CL10, didn't have a whole lot of options. Had to drive down the Pearson Road.
Up in the CL10 drinking C9.
That's right.
Cleavis and I are planning to attend. Yes, he reached out. In fact, I owe him a phone call. He texted me and I was like, okay, cool. And I still got to get a booth. So I got to this weekend, I'll probably book that all up because I got to get it done. So everybody's relying on me.
Don't let them rely on you.
It's okay if they do. I love them.
Then you stress out.
I don't stress out. I used to stress out about, County Line 10. I used to stress out about the getting everything there and getting it all set up. Now I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't have time for this. Yeah. I'm over it.
Eric should go with us too.
Sure. As long as there's a seat in the car. Remember, we got to go get Connor and all that rigmarole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we just rent a van.
We could.
Yeah. We'll get a tour van and we'll drive it to Portland and we'll document our... No, I'm not doing that. Let me know. I'll get a table. I know. We're working on it. I'll tell you.
Let them know I'll get a table. We're going to be there. Why would we not be there?
A, I'm sure we'll be there. B, I'm sure we're going to get tables. I just have to figure out. I just have to go do it and make sure, whatever. And that we're not by the wrestling ring. Who cares? Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, we're going to get started here? What do we want to do? I did not sleep at all last night. So, I'm running on fumes. But I'm excited about this one. So, for those who are unaware, just a quick bit of history about the show. Actually, I always need to move over. I'm sorry, I'm always
why are you so far over?
Because I'm stupid. when I first started this show, I started with a friend named Johnny, right? And that fizzled out very quickly. Then I was doing the show with Jerry, who owned the record store downstairs, and we both kind of just agreed, like, it's not working for him. And I was like, that's cool. But during that time, up into episode 7, he was on the show. And then I think you came in at 8.
I think so. You're gonna make me look.
Yeah, but we know it was on 420, right? Of 2021, 2022. I don't remember. But anyway, so Jerry, we're good friends. I just texted him yesterday. But he's like, yeah, it wasn't working out time wise, and it was bad conflict of time and all that. So Jay came on the show, but in those first 7 episodes, we did the Resident Evil, which we're about to do. Right? We always laugh about we don't talk about it, but so
number 5 was Resident Evil,
right? Because what I was trying to do is do good game, bad game, good game, bad game. It was the original intent, because we'd go Plumbers Wear Ties, Resident Evil, something bad, whatever.
Yeah, Jerry was on the first.
He was on the first 7
episodes.
Yeah,
and you guys did Legend of Zelda, trash. Gradius, good game. Super Metroid, trash. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, it's not bad.
Yeah, keep going. What the bad one's coming up? What's the bad one?
Resident Evil.
Yeah, okay.
And then Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then Star Tropics.
Yeah. So yes, this is the director's cut greatest hits DualShock edition of the episode is what we're gonna do. But yeah, so I did this a long time ago. Gosh, 4+ years ago, I think. And I realized I was like, oh, I don't want to do it again. And I'm like, no, I do want to do it, because it's never really been, without you here doing it, it's not really, we're not really doing the show. And then, I've actually learned quite a bit about the game since, and I've also acquired a few copies. And we weren't doing live streams or anything like that then either. So yeah, so anyway, the moral of the story is this is the first game that we'll redo on the show, but really this is the first real deep dive into the game.
I feel like we should just go back through the first 7 games.
No, I don't want to do that.
Why?
We'll get to them all.
Star Tropics is good.
Star Tropics is not worth doing again.
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who? You got to call him. Anyway.
Ghosts and Goblins is good.
Well,
Game's a pain in the dick, but it's good.
We're going to talk about that one a little bit later, too. So I say...
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties can fuck off.
They just did the limited run games reissue of that one. We could talk about... Anyway.
LRG does fucking games for everything.
Are we ready?
Well, I was wondering, actually, do you want to do a little pivot here?
No.
Your phone's paired up. We could play episode 5 in the background.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
For the entirety of the show. We can
we can do Arkanoid again when I'm there. Absolutely. Nobody ever wants to go back and listen to their old work.
I always do.
That was before there was structure to the show.
Listen to these velvety pipes, though.
But you weren't there.
I know. I still go back and listen to the ones I was on.
Yeah, I know that, but then you're not on this one, so why would we do that?
I'm like fucking Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to go with?
Yeah.
All right.
He always goes back to where he came from.
Mr. Charismatic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get the show on the road.
He was a serial killer.
And I'm well aware of that.
Do it again.
Let me actually, while I'm sitting here, I'm going to go open one thing. So I'm ready. Here we go. Oh, yeah, the intent is that we are going to... dang it, stupid. The intent is that we're going to potentially do some Atari stuff when Kaylin is here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I'm going to I might have to train a little bit, because last time didn't go so good. Where is... Fuck it, I'll find it later. I don't care. All right, let's go.
Are Robbie and John going to be back tonight? Their triumphant return?
Yes. Yes, it's assumed that they'll be here, not that they won't.
Did Shazimi make it?
No.
Oh, fuck.
That's my fault. There was a 11th hour decision made on the game. Kind of. But not really. Right. It's not RIP. It's still alive. It's just on life support. We need to resuscitate. He'll be back for the next episode. He already knows what the next episode will be. We're not telling you. Stick around till the end and you'll find out what the next episode will be and when. Because it's not going to be on Wednesday because we got some conflicts. But it might be somewhere adjacent to that day. Anyway.
Will I find out what the episode is?
No.
Damn.
Ready?
Okay.
Is this the right button? Welcome back to the Lost Joystick Network episode. It's a lot of paper here, Jesus. Episode 96. I'm your host, Mike, joined as always by my co-host, Jay. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How
Good.
are you?
I'm good. I love that as soon as we hit record and we start recording the podcast and play the intro, the people across the hall talk. There's a loud boom outside. I wouldn't have it any other way.
It was quiet.
It was
time. Silent.
It was not
Whisper
quiet
silent.
in any way. It's whisper quiet.
Hey,
Good.
we're getting there.
Are we?
We're almost to a milestone.
Episode 96. Yeah, I know,
We're
97.
creeping right up. Trucking right along.
So, Jay, how you been, man? What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been good. I have been not doing much. Working.
Yeah?
Driving, I feel like everywhere lately.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been driving a lot. I drive up north.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to go for a funeral. That kind of sucked.
Yep. Sorry for that.
Not a family member. Thank God.
Friend
Still
of a...
not better. Yeah. Friend
yeah.
of the family.
All right.
Yeah. Playing some video games. Nothing too crazy.
Wow.
One for the aforementioned episode today.
Fantastic.
I can't talk about that yet. Until
What
we
a
talk
compelling
about
episode.
it.
You know what I always think is
'Cause
funny?
I'm sure nobody has any idea what it is.
What I think is it's true. What I always think is funny is I'll ask you, "Hey, what have you been up to?" And you'll be like, nothing." And then like we'll get to like the collecting or pickups, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot we went to the Olympics or something like that." Yeah, it's usually how it goes.
But I haven't been doing anything. I mean,
Except the Olympics.
I could just every episode I could say shopping.
Yeah, you've
I've
been
been
doing a lot of
shopping.
shopping. That's for sure.
Not really.
Don't listen to him, folks. Okay,
What about you? How you been?
I'm good. I'm good. I've actually been doing stuff unlike you.
Hmm. What have you been
I
doing?
wasn't feeling great yesterday. Feeling better today, so that's good. I was a little worried, I might not be able to do the show.
You notice I didn't change the note here on the how was your week for you. I left that there. 'Cause I
Well,
figured
it's
that
the
was a
same.
safe- Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, so I have still been playing our new favorite game, Expedition 33. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, or whatever it is. What a badass game, man. You got to play it. I believe I have defeated the finalist boss.
Oh.
And that was not fun. Then I decided, because I missed an achievement that you can only get in the prologue of the game, which I hate that.
Yeah.
Like you can't go back and do anything about it. So I had to go restart it to get to that thing. And I did it. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep going.
So you're going all over again.
Yeah, my characters are in the mid-20s already. You can get to 99.
What's Wilson's characters up to?
He was in the mid-80s.
Oh God.
I maxed out the other ones. I found a good farming area and I smoked it, man. I went there and spent a couple hours just maxing out my characters, and then it was great. There's no better feeling in the game. Metroids are like this too. Like, oh, I'm gonna go back to that. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna go back to that early area of the game. Or I'm gonna go back to this area where I struggled, and then you just wax everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's pretty fun.
It's the best. You're just like, hey, remember when you were picking on me when I was a little kid? Remember I was like level 63 and you were like taking my underwear and pulling it up over my head? Yeah. I got bad news for you. Them days are over.
Steven Seagal taught me some shit.
Yeah. Yes, and most of it was about how the government's out to get us, or whatever fucked up weird thing that guy's on. Isn't he in Russia? Does he live in Russia? I hope so.
Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Really? Is
There's
he
something
crazy? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, he's a nutbag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah, I
nutbag.
had no idea.
Seagal's. Just imagine what you imagine Steven Seagal is like. That's what he's acting like.
Yeah.
He's like this fat, out of shape, kung fu, taekwondo, whatever, hapkido guy now. But he still thinks he's.
He's like David Carradine, still alive.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so yes, I've been playing a lot of Expedition 33. I played the game for the show, which I've played a number of times in the past. Let's see. I went and did some. What else did I do? I went to a video game show. The Detroit Retro Gaming Show was this past weekend. And then I also, while I was out, went to a baseball card show, which I'll get to in the pickups for both, actually. And I don't know, do a little sports gambling. That's been just. I'm not a big sports gambler, but every once in a while I'll throw something down like $5-10, and when you hit it, it's a lot of fun. When you don't, it's fine. Like, oh well, I lost $10, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Going to be going to Maryland in 10 days. No, 8 days. I'm going there for the Michigan-Maryland football games. We're going to drive there Friday, go to the game Saturday, come back Sunday.
Where's that at in Maryland?
College Park. We're actually staying in D.C., like by the White House or something. Yeah, so it's pretty close. And then, do they flick cards at a baseball card show? Sometimes, probably not.
What do you mean flick cards?
I don't know. Throw them? I don't know. Because that's what we did with yeah. Oh, yeah, I got some hockey cards, too. But I didn't have any of those. I didn't bring those with me. Anyway. Moving on. Did you buy anything recently, Jay? Have you been, what is the word?
Collecting anything?
Jay, you're a collector of things. Would you say that?
Yeah. Got some shoes.
Cool. All right. What do you have any examples of, say, since the last time we were in these chairs together, a couple weeks ago, I'd say?
Oh, I thought you meant about
I bought shoes too. I'll tell people about my shoes too.
You told us about them last time. You got the
did.
box out and everything.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do it again.
Your Asics?
No.
Isn't that what they were? Asics.
Yeah, but those aren't the ones I'm
We
gonna talk
got
about.
new ones?
Yeah.
Where are they?
So I'll talk about it in my part of the collecting. I can't go first because remember it screws everything up.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
Jay, what'd you buy?
Some stuff. I actually, you and I hopped on, a number of us, including a handful of the people in the chat, hopped on Mr. Byerly's Whatnot stream. So
I always think of Rounders. Every time we're all there. It's just a bunch of sharks waiting for the chum. We're just going to all pounce on it at once. That's what it feels like. We're Rounders. They're all sitting at that table in Atlantic City, and they're just waiting for a couple of businessmen who don't know how to play poker to show up. They're not playing. Sharks don't bite each other, right?
Yeah.
They don't go after each other.
True.
They go after the fish. And it's just like that. And like okay, it's me and Shankus and Tiger Wolf and frickin' Johnny's there and Tyler's there and you name it. I just feel like every time we're in there, it's like I'm bidding against 4 people I know, and I'm like, I'm not going to bid.
Yeah,
it's fine.
everybody.
You guys win it. I'm good.
But no,
yeah, so we got on and hung out with Mr. Wafflefoot himself.
Yeah, Josh has been-
good dude, supporter of the show. Love that guy.
he really is. And I was actually you and I were talking earlier. Give him a little bit of a plug too, because he always talks about how great we are. I don't know why.
Because he's right.
Oh, okay. But
We are great.
they just put a new episode out recently, about 2 weeks ago.
Finally.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on his
So,
shit.
If you don't ever listen to it, it's the
Video Game
Collectors podcast.
Video game collector or collecting?
Collectors.
Cool. I can't remember.
So that's with Josh and Matt, right?
Don't
It's
look.
Matt. Yeah,
You're
Matt
not putting me on the
Rose.
spot,
Matt
buddy.
Rose. Matt
Yeah.
Rose.
It's Matt Rose.
Yeah, it's Matt Rose.
What? That's you,
Josh and
man.
Matt.
You want
But
to
no.
bring up the names. You're the one that's got to remember them. Don't look at me.
Hey, I'm just trying.
Anyway.
I figured you'd be like, oh, I know him. We go way back.
Yes.
Way back. Way back.
That sounds like something.
But
I'd
no,
say.
Josh is pretty great, and he is got some really good stuff. So you might be able to talk about that in a little bit too. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
But no, I got a couple things from him.
Had. No, go ahead.
No, I got a couple things from him. I ended up getting. I got to see where I was here. I got. Oh, I got to talk about that one because I know. No, I talked about those.
Just bring them in with you.
I should. No, I got a
It's
copy.
easier to remember.
I got a really nice copy of Time Slip from him. I got a really nice copy of Super Adventure Island.
Time
2.
Slip is what?
It's a Super Nintendo game.
What kind of game is it?
It's a game about time. I've never played it. It's for the collection.
I thought you would know this stuff.
Oh,
Like,
God, no.
if you asked me about any game in the NES library, I could at least give you a rough concept of what it is.
No, I don't know. I have
Okay,
no idea.
that's fine.
None.
You gotta
Never
learn this
played it.
stuff.
Oh,
Get a
cool.
book. Ooh, I think there's one over there. There might be.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Well, let's start reading that later.
Moving on.
But I got that, and I got Paladin's Quest.
No idea what pinball's about.
Pinball.
It's the name of the game in the library. Pinball.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
Never heard of it?
It's the Mario's in it.
Huh.
It's Mario Pinball.
Is that all you know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
But no, I got those. I grabbed from a claim sale from Ben Bizzle's group. I got Capcom's Super Soccer. It was a banger right there.
Sounds good. Filthy's game.
Yeah.
Ben's a good dude. I like Ben a lot.
But I picked that up. I actually picked up Gradius Origins. Been listening to Retro Warriors a lot, and they've been talking about it. I'm like, I kind of want that. I want to play Salamander. That sounds fun.
I've got old Salamander on the Famicom.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Famicom cards.
Yeah.
Our friend Famicom Box helped me out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I got a copy of that. So I was kind of excited about that.
Cool.
I also, you and I went shopping.
We did no such thing.
We did. 99% of the stuff I pick up, I get with you.
Sir, we've never spoken outside of work.
Lies. Lies.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a copy of Expedition 33. And I have not started playing it yet because I wanted to play what we're playing here tonight.
But you've had it for days.
I understand that.
You know how many hours I've played that game now? It's a lot.
I know.
It's more than
I wish I had the time on my hands.
Yeah, well, sucks to be you.
It does. It really does.
It's a good game. I can't wait to talk to you about it because I can't talk to you about it now. I can give you vagaries, or I can give you like, oh, I missed this achievement, and I can tell you what the achievement is. It doesn't really matter. There's no spoilers.
It's
I know.
I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it to the front of the library.
Cool. It's
because
next.
I have a list of stuff. Yes, it is next. It's going to be
clear.
That's going to be the next game I drop in. So
Expedition 33.
Thinking of achievements. I don't really do the achievement thing. Like whenever I get them on playing now, I'm just like, Back in the day, like 360 days. So Eric and I, my half-hearted in the chat, him and I used to play 360 together all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was all about getting those achievements. Like we would play games and be like, oh, I got to get this achievement. Let's do this again. And he'd entertain me and do it like 15 times because I could never get it right the first time. And then I finally get the achievement. And then I was like, all right, I'm going. Bye.
I look at a list at, like, in this case, I just got whatever I got during the game. And then I'll go look at a list after and go like, what did I miss? Right? Mm-hmm. Like what in that game, I'm not giving anything away by saying that there are music records in the game. And one of the things that you're trying to do is find all of them. So, and you can miss one if you don't get it in the prologue. There's a place to get it later too, but you might not find it. So it's stuff like that I'm like, okay, what it does is it gives you post-game stuff. You're like, I've beat the game, but I can still run around and do all these other things. Like there's all these other areas of things to do. There's always something to do in the game if you want there to be. And that's one of the things, like that's just kind of one of the loose objectives that's out there floating around for you to do. It doesn't define it anywhere, but I go to those achievements and that's what helps. I don't really pay that close of attention to any of that stuff until after. If it's a game I really like, I want to continue to play, I look at like maybe what I could do as part of the game.
Fair enough.
So
last noteworthy thing I picked up was Sim Ant.
Cement?
Sim Ant.
Cement.
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 That's actually not really that cool, but
Cement.
But yeah, I got Sim Ant.
You get to be an ant.
Yeah.
You get to build a city like an ant.
Yeah.
But like an
ant farm.
Why don't they have SimBee? Do they have Bee Simulator?
I don't know.
It seems like you have an ant simulator. Why wouldn't you have bee? So like, why is there no bee simulators, man?
I feel like they
should. Probably do. Yeah, semantics, exactly. I'm thinking to myself, they should, because you have like goat simulator and like pressure washer simulator or whatever.
Yeah. I got Goat Simulator for Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
That was one of my secrets.
But what about SimBee? You got SimAnt, SimBee, SimCat, maybe next? SimDog?
We could
SimElephant?
Do a whole Sim thing.
I think they did. It was called The Sims. Anyway, there's a great Will Wright talk on the SimAnt pheromone system. That sounds... I have never played SimAnt, but now I'm kind of thinking I might have to because Tiger Wolf.
I got a nice copy of it.
I'll bet you do. I'll bet it looks virtually unplayed.
It does.
Wow.
So I know you're shocked, right? It's because I look for nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best, Clark.
You see that King of Monsters I got though. Oof.
That's not the best.
No.
Did you even mention that one yet?
I talked about that one last episode.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You gotta remember these things, Mike.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm old now. I don't remember anything.
You are.
I know it's hard.
It sucks.
I had to ask you somebody's name. I was like, "Who's that person?" And I had a name stuck in my head, and I was like, "I can't get past this name."
Who's that? Frank? Steve?
Yeah.
Larry.
It was
Larry.
It was Kalen. He said, "No, I knew that one." Nothing but the best. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I hope Tyler's not on. You aren't on the multi-stream. I'm worried if he's on wanting to talk sim.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Well, maybe he is over there. I should go here. We can't see it. You can't read it. So, oh well.
Wow, you really can't read it. Man, that's hard to read.
I told you it's hard to read. It
Probably
sucks.
Nobody's in there.
He's just not twitchy. It's fine. I hope nobody's over there. If anybody's on YouTube, say hi.
I don't see anybody. Oh.
What is he? That's Twitch.
Oh.
Okay.
There's Buck Bumble on N64.
All right.
Oh. That's all I got.
Cool.
What about you? Did you get anything?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get comfortable.
Yeah. This is one of those get comfortable ones.
Go ahead.
It kind of is too. Let's see here. All right. So where to begin? I'll start with the records.
Okay. I'm going to stay relaxed.
A friend of mine who's more of a card guy, and if you were listening to the stream as we came on live, you heard this because our mics weren't muted, even though they were. It was weird. He came into a box full of vinyl records, and it was like the most abstract collection of vinyl records. It was like your classic Herb Alpert, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, but then like Patti Smith Group and Black Sabbath, but then like the Spinners Live, but then it was just kind of all over the place. And it was kind of great, but there wasn't a whole lot on there I wanted, but I did get some stuff. So he brought them over because he wasn't sure what to do with them, and I kind of told him, and he gave me a deal on these. So if you heard us talking before, and you're watching on stream, a copy of Dreamboat Annie by Heart on Mushroom Records before they were on Arista. This is an original press of this record. We're going to give this to our friend Julie, who I'm sure is not listening, but her Christmas is coming up. So if you are, Julie, Merry Christmas. But we're going to give this to our friend Julie because it's one of her favorite bands. She loves Heart. So I saw that and thought she'd really like that. And it's got Crazy on You on it.
Nancy Wilson from Heart played at the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Rock and Roll
inductions.
Fame inductions with Tony Cornell?
Cornell, yeah.
Chris Cornell's daughter.
Yeah.
She sang Black Hole Sun.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I heard it was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Here's a record I've never seen that anybody's ever bought before. Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Rumor has it everyone owns that.
This is literally, if there is an album that a record store sells more than this album, I'd be shocked. Jerry would probably tell you it's one of the best-selling records in his store. I think anybody that runs a record store would say this is just a constantly... This and Dark Side of the Moon are probably two of the top 5 of any record store. Like, you just always kind of have to have a copy in the store if you can.
You own Dark Side, right?
No. I don't like Pink Floyd.
I know. That's why I said
Yeah, I don't own any Pink Floyd records, actually.
Kind of surprising. Not even for like a collection standpoint.
No, I had an OG press of The Wall that I had gotten from, remember my friend Don I lived with?
Yeah, yeah.
So Don's friend gave me his records in like 98, and I kept them forever, and then I gave it to Ashley, and then Ashley passed away. But it was an OG U.S. press of The Wall, which was cool, but I also was like, I don't care. Like it's just not.
You don't like Pink Floyd?
I just don't care for them. So I got that. So little rumors, and it's the OG, one of the OG presses with like the textured cover. It's got the insert in it, and if you look at the back, it has, if you can see that there, from what's that stage left or whatever, Mick Fleetwood coked out of his mind with the little afro in the back there. Like he's got the straight hair. Buckingham's got the afro. The Mick Fleetwood's on.
God,
he's got something going, man. He's whacked out of his gourd. And then...
Looking at that, all I can hear is, do you have TP for my bungalow?
Yeah, exactly. Then the weirdest one of them all. Along with all that, an OG press of REM's Reckoning. It's a club edition with the insert. And the reason I know it's a club edition is you'd think that's black, but it's not. It's purple, everybody. You can see right through it. See that?
Yeah.
So that's how I figured out when that was. It was just the weirdest thing. It's on IRS. It's like a 84 or whatever year this was. I think, 84 pressing. And I'm not the biggest REM fan, but I'm like, I got to grab that. Because he was going to go sell them off at a store, and he probably wasn't going to get much from him. Like, I'll take that one before you go get, 25% of what it's worth.
Yeah.
And then someday I'll find somebody that I like that likes them a lot and just give it to him or something. But I grabbed that.
Fair.
It might be the best 80s album. Wow. Ooh, Tiger Wolf, big Reckoning fan. It might be coming to Midwest Gaming Classic with me to have somebody take home.
What's on? I don't even know what's on Reckoning.
Here, it's right here. Look at the back of it.
Oh, I was going to.
Oh, you know what? No song titles on the back. I think they're on the front. Is that what this is? I think the song titles are on the front of it.
Are they?
I can't remember if those are the song titles or not.
I'll just do the old Apple Music.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. Whatever.
REM.
But yeah. There's even a Pavement song about that album, which I don't really like Pavement that much. Slanted and Enchanted and all that, I never got into them. Anyway, okay, so that's enough about records. Those are the records I got. Now, I told you we went to the Detroit Retro Gaming Show.
Yes.
But while we were down there, we also went to a card show, which was in a card store. So Tom wanted to find a card show because we were already going to go to the gaming show or whatever, and they were kind of by each other.
Is that what they call that now? I'm going to start doing that. When I go to work, I'm going to tell people, hey, it's a clothing show. Come on in.
No, I thought it was a good idea. Like, honestly, like,
Oh, they had other people there.
Yes, like
Oh,
it was their
just
vendors.
like the owner was the only one there, and he's like, "Hey, I got a card show, everybody.
No,
Come
absolutely.
and buy some stuff."
The whole place was decked out with tables. It was just like a little mini show. And I thought, what a great idea. You drive people into your business. You like your local regular collectors can come in and sell their stuff to each other, whatever. It was cool.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to like Ween and not Pavement. But I do, though. Ooh, Flash Gordon.
From Woolworths. Eric, how fucking old are you?
I've got Flash.
I bought that from Woolworths back in 1906.
What is it? Dickety. 19 Dickety 6. I have a copy of Flash Gordon over there on VHS and Flesh Gordon, which is not what you think it is.
Oh.
It's a parody. Anyway, so we went to the card show and we're walking around and my buddy Tom he's really into vintage cards. And not only like old cards, like the 20s, 30s, 40s. He likes that kind of stuff. Weird, obscure kind of stuff. You're older than me, Jay. He's got you there.
I am.
So we're walking around and it's all ultra modern stuff. It's all like modern baseball, basketball, stuff he doesn't care about. So we kind of make a tour around and there was one vendor, the kid was probably like late 20s, early 30s. And he was talking to somebody else. He goes, when I say we are, you're supposed to say Penn State. And he goes, we are. I said 3 and 6.
Oh,
and he didn't think it was funny. He really was not. Oh, yeah, Michigan's not very good. They suck, too. And I'm like, first of all,
they're not 3 and 6.
First of all, I'm not wearing anything that has Michigan on it. I know it's hard to believe, but I wasn't. Nothing. I know, but it was true. Nothing. And I thought to myself, maybe I'm not a Michigan fan. And then I also thought to myself, they're 8 and 2, not 3 and 6. You're a bum. I'm sorry that you had all these expectations. Everybody came back and you cratered as bad as you have in forever. But the dude really bothered. I was like, I was just trying to be funny. I'll have fun, poke at each other. We're sports fans a little bit. I'll try to be nice and playful. He was not having us. All right, have a good day, sir. This is just, sorry that you're harboring some resentment that Penn State is toilet. They are trash at everything, really, including covering up rape. So they tried, but they got him. So anyway, yeah, exactly. See, there you go. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all.
Eric 100% would have.
I didn't say anything. It just was making it like, oh, you're having a tough year. I've been there, man. Been there. But anyway, neither here nor there.
He would have 100% when he said, you say Penn State. They would have said, we are. And he would have said, Jerry Sandusky,
yeah.
You fuck.
Take down the statue. So while we're there, we're about to leave. And we stop, and there's like an older lady there. She's probably in her mid-60s, early, something like that. I won't say any older because if she's listening, which she's not, I don't want her to think I thought she was really old. So she just had a bunch of modern sports cards, modern hockey, basketball, whatever. But she had these binder sheets, and if you're familiar with binder sheets, they're 9-pocket sheets that you can put your trading cards in. And she had them there was 15 of them, or actually less, and they used twist ties because they're for 3-ring binders, right? So instead of being a 3-ring binder, they were just bread ties in the 3 rings and holding the sheets together, right? It's like a little book. And they were like old football cards. So I looked at them and I'm like, what do you want for these? And it was like vintagey 70s style football cards.
Don't read that.
Yeah. Anyway. So I look at them briefly and I'm like, she goes, oh, there's some Lions in there. And I'm like, well, if there's Lions in here, maybe there's somebody good, right? So I see Bart Starr, which I know this is a 70s card. It's like near the end of Bart Starr's career. It's not going to be an expensive card, but it's wildly miscut. It's cut poorly. So I'm like, well, what do you want for these? And she's like, I don't know. What do you think is fair? And I'm like, I really don't know the market. You know what I mean? Like when you're trying to buy something from somebody where you're like, I know it has some inherent value, but I have no idea, comparatively what to offer you.
No clue.
But Jay had an idea what to offer. Anyway, so I'm thinking $50, $75, right? But I'm never going to make the first offer when I'm going to buy something that you're selling. One of the things my dad taught me is I cannot buy it and sell it. So if I'm going to buy it, you're the guy who knows what you're comfortable with. I'm not going to open my mouth and make you an offer. If I do, you're going to get lowballed because I don't like it when people do that.
Yeah.
That's fine if it's like a one-off or there's no comps or whatever it is. But I don't have any idea and you don't have any idea. And you're the one that has to be comfortable selling it, not me. If you come to me at a number that's too high, we can work down or vice versa.
I'm not selling anything.
I was talking about the lady.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, he can dish it, but he can't. Look, people ask me all the time, and I'll make them offers when I'm selling them stuff. But I'm not going to make you an offer when I'm buying stuff. I'm not going to do it because if I say 100 and you're thinking 10, then I'm an idiot. Yeah. It's your thing. You know what you want for it. Whatever your price is that you're comfortable with, you tell me. Because I'm not going to go, oh, I'll give you $50. Well, I was thinking 300. Well, then why didn't you just fucking say it? Why? Why do you make me tell you this?
It's like the people that do best offer on eBay and you give them a best offer. That's pretty fair. And they'll be like, yeah, I was thinking $1 less than what I have the opening bid at.
Yeah.
Well, then what the fuck did you put
there's no
take an
offers.
offer? And you
Anyway.
don't want an offer.
No, you don't want an offer. But anyway, so she says $25. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a gamble. Like, I don't really know what's in here. I don't know what's good from this. I recognize the set, but I didn't even know what year it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was 70s because I saw some of the players. Greg Landry's in there and stuff like that. And Lions quarterback from the 70s. So I buy the binder sheets and I go out to the car and we start looking at them. And I'm like, holy shit. Merlin Olsen's in here. He comes over from time to time. So, like I start to see like good players where I'm like, okay, there's the Marty Schottenheimer, he's a legendary coach, or Mercury, what is his name? Mercury Morris, the running back from the 72 Dolphins. Yeah. And I recognize him, but I'm not seeing it. And then I see Johnny Unitas and I'm like, uh-oh. We got real cards. Like, there are good players in here. I have no idea what these things are worth. Yeah. We keep going. It's Johnny Unitas. Oh, there's OJ. Oh, there's so-and-so. Like, you name a Gale Sayers is in here. I'm like, oh, my God, there's good players. And they're in nice shape, which is why I agreed to buy them in the first place. Because if they were trashed, I wouldn't have bought them no matter who was in them.
Was Mr. Papadopoulos in there?
There were 3 Mr. Papadopouloses. Alex Karras, Lions legend, Hall of Famer. Alex Karras. 3 of them. And that's when I was like, oh, there's a bunch of Lions. People like Lions. The best card in the whole lot, and I'm just going to pull them out here to show you. So just to give you guys an idea what I'm talking about. Johnny Unitas. That's a haircut you can set your watch to right there, buddy. So old Johnny Unitas, if you can see that, okay? But Dick Butkus, O.J. Simpson, Gale Sayers, Bob Greasy, Bolitnikoff, Bart Starr, Fran Tarkenton, et cetera, okay?
I'm sure everybody on the street, most of the people on
they
the
have
street
no
are
idea
like,
who these people are.
Who?
They know who this guy is, though. Star of film and stage and whatever you want to say. Terry Bradshaw. You know Terry Bradshaw.
Never heard of him.
What movie was Terry Bradshaw in? Look what you did.
I didn't move.
Look what you've done. Okay, what movie was Terry Bradshaw in? For the chat. They are big names. It is true. It was basically all the best cards from the set, except for there was no Mean Joe Green rookie and there was no Joe Namath.
Oh, Eric coming through in the clutch.
Cannonball Run. That is right. He was in the Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise. You had frickin' Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, Jackie Chan's in that movie. That list of people in that movie goes on forever. Farrah Fawcett's in that movie.
Mel Tillis.
The guy who played the cross-dresser in MASH, whatever his name was, Jamie Farr's in that movie. I think Jackie Mason's in that movie. Mel Tillis. I don't care if he's standing in for Mel Zed. But anyway, so this was quite a coup, is what this found out to be. For $25, by the time I got home, I realized I probably had a good $600 to $800 worth of cards, if not more. I was like, holy crap. And the coolest part was, in those sheets, I know we're talking about cards a lot, were some folded up what I thought were instructions for this game. There's game cards, and you could play the cards, and it was like a field. Yeah. So you'd unfold the field, and you'd use it to play this game with the cards.
Yeah, you put a card out that says,
9-yard gain,
yard,
fumble, whatever. And this thing was the yard marker, and there was a yard marker and then a field. Well, I unfolded one of those and found out, guess what? That's not what they are. They were posters, and there's like 15 of them. So like, here's Don Abramovitz from the Saints. Well, basically every team got one player, right? So Dave Osborne, there's your bear,
Super
everybody.
Dave Osborne?
No, he's the Vikings running back, Dave Osborne. Gene Washington, right? But anyway, I'm going to fast forward here to
Frig off Washington.
Frig off Washington. Floyd Little, Hall of Fame running back. 2 Fran Tarkentons. Okay.
Yeah.
There's Gail Sayers, Joe Namath,
Broadway Joe.
and the best of them all. Orenthal James Simpson poster. So that was a coup. Anyway, it was about 250 cards. It had some posters. It also had these. I'll put them up here real quick.
I heard he's a big game fan.
Talk
He
much.
really enjoys Samurai Showdown.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And he enjoys Clue.
Yeah, he likes a lot of, I get it, knife movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he enjoys.
I'm
I
trying
didn't
to-
really do it.
Yeah, if I did it.
Yeah.
But there were also some like 8.5 by 11 posters folded up that were inserts and packs, and I just like the art on these things. There's Carl Eller, Hall of Fame defenseman for the Minnesota Vikings, just clocking a Raider, and these are all hand drawn, right? The best one I thought was this one, David Lee, the kicker for the Colts, who looks like he's kicking a falcon right in the head.
That
and
looks
also,
like it could be a cover for Kung Fu.
yeah, look at his face. He is mad. He's like, "Arr!"
Probably 'cause he's got that little guy underneath him getting ready to punch him in the grundle.
He's going to get punched in the dick. Anyway, enough about cards. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so you mentioned, well, no, as we continue on the Detroit Retro Gaming Show,
Yeah.
went there, I saw something pretty interesting. Yeah, Falcons sucked back then bad. They did. They were good in the early 80s and then not so much any other time until they hit the Super Bowl in 99. Whatever. So went to the Detroit Retro Video Game Show.
Yeah.
I saw some stuff that I don't see very often. I saw a full-size standee of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
You didn't get it.
Dude, the bottom of it was wrecked. And it was funny. There's a guy there, I believe his name is Scott, who I met through Bobby. Scott has like everything. The guy's got like a Retro Bright, whatever, not Retro Bright, but the World of Nintendo sign for sale. He's got, the guy has all kinds of crazy, weird shit and good stuff. So he and I were talking, and I'm like, there's
Didn't you talk to him last year at the Warren one?
Same guy.
About that sign.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
He still has it. So we were talking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of interested, but the bottom of it's wrecked. But am I ever going to see another one? And I was kind of feeling the same way. They wanted $1,500, which I feel like was a fair price for the condition of the thing. I didn't want to buy it. But there's a guy around here. His name is Dave Marino, and he's online. It's like it's Dave, not Dan, or something like that. But he's a huge sign collector. And I was talking to Scott about him to say, hey, he was just talking about, he had this, like the little desktop size of it.
Yeah.
Well, I saw like 3 hours later, the guy bought it. That's exactly who wound up buying it at the show.
He bought the full size?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the bottom of it was trashed out, but it's like, you might not ever see one. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so went there, saw Kyle from Retro Replayed, saw Eric from Media, saw Griffin from Media.
Yep.
Zach was there with Kyle and Morgan and Keeley and all kinds of people I know.
Yeah.
And Langle was there.
Oh, yeah,
Penn
Low
Guntner.
Blast.
Yep. So I bought a couple things. I wasn't really planning on buying anything. I really just went to go see Kyle and Eric. But then I got there and went to get in, and they're like, it's $15 each to get in. And I was like, what? And they're like, I literally had to have that look on my face. I felt bad because I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, there's 2 people here from Red Dead Redemption, and there's this and there's that. And I'm like, it's fine, I'll pay it. I just wasn't expecting it at all. Like, I didn't have $30 on me cash. I was like, okay, like, fine. Anyway, so I bought a couple things while I was there. Ran into Brad from Brad's Comics. You know the guy.
Yeah.
Nice, just super nice guy. Broken Game Gear. I paid $20 for this. Has no doors. I have doors. He's like, it powers on, but it doesn't work. And I'm like, yeah, I already know what's wrong with it. It's about 2 hours worth of work. I have everything to fix it. So
if anybody's looking for a Game Gear.
well,
Game Boy. Good
either.
God.
I have 3.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I have plenty of that stuff to repair, but this goes on the pile. Anyway, and
Maybe that'll be on the Whatnot stream.
I bought a couple games. Let's see.
You bought games?
I bought a couple, I said. I bought Resident Evil.
Oh, dude.
Long box for the PS1. These things are usually, the tops are usually not glued down.
Yeah.
They break. Has the manual. Manual is super nice. Had the foam in it. The disc is in the thing behind me here, so you can't see it. But really just a nice overall copy of it. You know, just, yeah. Anyway.
Have a backup for your...
No.
That's the only one you got?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shut up.
What?
You're never good at playing the straight man sometimes.
Not when it's on video.
But that's what makes it funnier is that you ignore that it's on video. That there's one right here in front of me, and then I'm holding one like, hey, I bought this thing. And you're like, oh, like the one that matches the other one that you have? Yes, it's on video. We can all see it. That's the joke.
Or you could take the joke that says, oh, yeah, I got a backup.
And that's not
For my
funny. That's
good one.
funny.
Mm,
Not even close.
okay.
Not even close. It's not even close. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's not. Anyway, so if anybody's in the market, don't even ask me when I buy it.
What's
Why,
not?
why?
It's you didn't have one.
Also, you just blew the whole point. You blew it, Jay.
What'd I blow?
Well, we haven't gotten to this part yet.
Yeah. But didn't you talk about it being in the video
Nope.
game system behind you?
Yeah, so? So what? So what if it's there? I also bought D. We recently did D, and I didn't have the long box version. And I was like, I'm not paying that. I'm not buying the long box version. This game is awful. Why would I ever buy this? And then the guy had it, and I'm like, yeah, give me the thing.
That's really nice.
And it's super nice, and it has the paper, blah, 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 whatever. It's got the discs and the sleeves, and it looks basically like somebody maybe played it once and then never again.
I wonder why.
Hard to say. It would have been real cool. There's video. Yeah, no. That's good. Anyway, so yeah, I got those. And then, let's see what else. We'll get to Josh's stuff last. Went to Disc Replay a couple of times.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing I bought, your long D looks like mine. Very nice. Clean. I bought a copy of Quarterback Attack, the professional quarterback simulator featuring, or with Mike Ditka for the Sega Saturn. Now, Jay asked me why I bought this.
Why did you buy it?
I'm glad you asked. I bought this because this is a digital pictures game. It includes the little, booklet. But this game has a sticker on the case that says, Digital Pictures has a winner with the most original football game in years, Video Games Magazine. Remind me never to read Video Games Magazine, ever. But that sticker is on the case. And I originally bought it thinking, oh, this would be a good case swap if I ever needed to. But I realized with that sticker on there, I must keep them together. I can't do that. So anyway, it was bought for one reason, then realized later that reason was invalid. So, but anyway, it was also $8, and it
Did you pay a premium on it?
It was, I think it was $8 or $10, and it has Mike Ditka allegedly somewhere in it. I know he's in that stack of cards.
Mike Ditka.
Yeah, Mini Ditka is 70, Bear 7. I bought one more thing from Disc Replay, something that had been there a long time, that I have talked about a couple of times. I got Punisher for the Sega Genesis, complete with the registration card, with the manual, in such nice condition, with the original receipt. Got Punisher for the Sega Genesis. So
They come with tattoo.
I was kind of waiting for the chat. You're so not good at that. You can't wait.
I'm not talking anymore.
I know, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm done.
Set chasing. No, I was kidding. I wasn't waiting for anybody to say anything. I was waiting for you to say it. Yes,
No.
It has the temporary tattoo, the Punisher skull tattooed, included inside Game Box. It's in there. It's wrapped in its original cellophane, and it says Sega Genesis on the back on the back piece.
You didn't put it on?
Not yet. I probably won't either. But yeah, it's a very this has been sitting there so long, and they had a kind of I wouldn't say it's an outrageous price tag, but it was also like, I'm not paying that price tag. So I said to the guy, I'm like, hey, I'm interested. And he goes, well, let me see what I can do. Apparently, if it's there 90 days, they'll work with you on the price. It had been there a year. It had been there a year. I was like, I can't believe we've been looking at that thing for a year. Even has the hang tab on top. I heard you're not supposed to buy games without hang tabs anymore. unless they didn't have them, which this one did. Anyway, so got old Punisher. No, you cannot has it. But it's really nice, too. Like, it's really, really terrifyingly nice.
Actually, if he comes up here, we can take him to the disc replay in Saginaw. They got a copy up there.
Yeah, with the tattoo?
I don't know if that's a tattoo.
Yeah, it's probably sitting in the freaking sun.
It is sun faded as fuck.
I love that disc replay's idea is to like, let's put all our best stuff by the window with the sun.
In the glass
And then it
display case.
roasts everything.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are fucking idiots. Okay. On to the end. This is the end of this segment. I bought some stuff from Josh. Bought some stuff from our friend Josh Byerly. First thing I forgot I even bought this. That was the funniest part. Sneakers. Small Heroes Big Adventure. Sneakers for the Xbox. And as it is always with Josh, you buy something from him, and it's always so nice. He'll tell you if it isn't. But it's always nice. It's always clean. If he has the inserts, he'll tell you that was a nice game that you don't really see very often. Although we did see it the next day. And I said to you, Josh just sold a copy of this on Whatnot, which just goes to show how much I was paying attention. Because when I got the box, I was like, oh, I bought it. Right. That. Oh, I also bought a copy of Wizards and Warriors 3, which I didn't bring with me because it was nicer than the one in my set. And as I told Jay, I never get a break. I can never get a break. Yeah, more like Josh Celery. Got him. If there's something I want on one of those Whatnot streams, I never catch a break. Like, you're like, you bought something off one of those streams. You're like, oh, I got such a great deal on it. Nobody else bid. And it's like, all I wanted was this Wizards and Warriors 3 that didn't have a completely trashed label, and I have to pay like full market value for it. I'm like, somebody's bidding against me, and I'm like, oh my God. And I have another example coming up shortly of the exact same thing. It happens to me every time. And I get it. Like, you're looking for something a little more nuanced. There's going to be collector people after, and it's not just GA type stuff or whatever. But it's still just so, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I have to think of a theoretical limit. What's my limit? Okay, once I get to this number, I'm not bidding anymore, and I'm good at that. Unless it's something I really want, I'm pretty good at saying, it's cool. If it gets past this, I'm not interested. I can punt. I don't have that in me where I'm like, I have to win, at my own detriment. But anyway, so yeah, I had to pay full price for a Wizards and Warriors 3 cart, which was comparatively nice to what I had. But I'm also like, okay, $23. Cool.
No,
all
you
right.
can sell yours, though.
I was thinking I'd get it for like 10 or 11.
Yep. No.
But it didn't. All right, two more things. Ooh, one moment. I gotta do this. This is all tied up. It's all tied up. Give me a second, man. Jeez, don't. I thought you said you were done talking. I'm just kidding. I love you. All right. You ready? Dun, 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 dun. That's right, folks. Read them and weep. You had your chance. A lot of you were in the chat, I'm sure, when I bought this, going, what the hell's wrong with this person? World Series Baseball for the Game Gear, sealed. It's a 7.0 B+. Real Major League Baseball. Allegedly. So, that goes on the Game Gear pile of graded games.
How many Game Gear games do you have?
Well, there's this one in Garfield.
Oh.
And that's it. So those two. There it is. All right. Actually, put that one over there by you, but don't knock anything over if you can avoid it. Your car rides are going to be amazing now. It's so true. All right. Last thing I bought. I think. Did you know, Jay, that... Ooh, people can see it. Did you know that Wada Games is dead?
No.
They're dead. They got bought by PSA, and they have eradicated the Wada label and all of the negative energy associated therein. It is now PSA, whom everybody loves unequivocally. Right? They don't. I hold in my hand what I believe to be one of the first public CIB sales of a PSA graded video game.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that? That's Star Wars. Just kidding. Superman for the Atari 2600 PSA graded 8.0 Superman, but not just any Superman. What's it say on that box, Jay? What's it say?
It says Superman, 1978 Atari 2600. Box.
On the
7.6.
box.
Superman, video computer system. Game program, 1 player. I didn't want to ruin your thunder.
No, I asked you to read what was on the box.
I know.
In the bright yellow text on the sticker on the front of the box. What does it say?
Bright yellow text is right there. It says
The bright yellow sticker.
free wallet with an
Give me
Atari
that.
game.
Free wallet with Atari Superman game cartridge. Protect your cash with the Man of Steel. Free with purchase attached on back. Now, it's not attached on the back. It's inside.
You hope.
Oh, I know it's in there. I can tell by the weight of this bad boy it's in there. Also, it's a leather wallet. I went up and looked at the pre-grading pictures because if you want to go look this up, guys, go to PSA. Go to PSAvideogames.com or whatever it is now. Go to their certificate lookup or matrix ID or whatever they call it and look up this number. Ready, Jay? 611-218-010. And you'll see a picture of what was deemed an 8.5 cart, a 7.5 box, and a 9.0 Superman wallet. Now, when you grade something CIB, isn't there another piece that should be in the picture? What is there? What did I skip over? Anybody listening, or Jay, you answer, you're allowed to.
Oh, wait.
What did we not talk about just now? We talked about the cartridge box, the insert, the wallet. That's what they call it, GSI. I forget what that stands for. But anything else that anybody can think of? Is it the me in CIB? It's the notorious CIB. The manual. So on the back here, it says manual 8.5. Correct. Thank you, notorious. If I was going to know, CIB guy's going to know. There's no picture of the manual in the picture. There's no manual in the picture of that. So go look that matrix ID up, 611-218-010. I'm sorry. And you'll see the beautiful wallet. It's in gorgeous condition and no manual, which I'll bet is in here. And I know I have one around somewhere. But I was just like, wouldn't you put that in the picture from pre-grading?
Is there a manual score on there?
8.5, yeah. I just said that. Yes. Top right here. It's all part of the 8.0. It's on the front, too, at the bottom. Look on the bottom left.
Manual 8.5.
Manual 8.5. So, probably in there. All right, we got to open it up. I can't find it. I got to find out. Oh, that's all going to fall. Let's not do that. All right. So there you go.
Why are you giving me this?
Well, they've got to go somewhere. I don't want to cover up OJ. There's already been enough OJ cover-ups for my entire life. So that's it. That's all I bought. Just fucking a little bit of everything.
You sure?
Cards, records, video games.
It's not 9 o'clock yet.
PSA graded video games, Game Gear, sealed games. Maybe it's in the wallet. Maybe.
They folded up the manual and put it in the wallet.
I actually, what I want to do? I want to look in the wallet. I wonder if there's money in it. Like if there's $1 from like 1982 in there or something. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Could be.
That'd be really neat.
I think I have $1 from 1982 in my pocket.
You don't. I'll bet you $1 you don't. Let's see if you do. I don't know if I have $1 shit. Is that what it is? Do you still have it? Is this like something you always have? That looks old. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble here. What year is it?
I don't know. Where's the date at?
Bottom left or bottom right?
2017.
Champion of the world.
Still not giving you the $1.
So you owe me $1. That is 35 years later. 35. Yeah, I got it. Grade D's. Hey.
Holy shit. It's
Who is
Shepherds.
that? Bob Seeger is in the chat, everybody. All right. So that's it. So that's enough collecting bullshit.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
That's enough of the pickups. I think it's time to start the show. Jay, what are we here to talk about? What's the topic du jour?
Resident Evil for the PlayStation or the PS1.
Or the PSX,
Yeah.
if you're nasty.
Yes.
Resident Evil for the PlayStation. Although, we're going to talk a little bit about all the versions, and that's all I got. So,
Okay.
Jay, when this is episode 96. When did this game come out?
It came out in Japan March 22nd of 1996
Yeah.
because it came out there first. It came out in North America April 1st of 1996.
Yeah.
And in Europe, always gets it last, August 16th of 1996. Same year, though, at least.
So that's in line with our It's 96,
Yes.
episode 96. We're playing a game from 1996. We couldn't think of another one that was better or more interesting. So.
Yeah.
So, Jay, were there other versions of this game that perhaps came out later
There were, believe
that
it
you're
or not.
aware of?
There was the director's cut,
Ooh.
which came out in September of 1997.
Watch the director's cut. That was awesome. That was Blade Runner, Ricky.
Spoiler alert, everybody. Episode 97 will be Resident Evil director's cut.
You know what? You got me there, man. I was not expecting that.
Then there was also the director's cut DualShock, which we will explain a little more in detail later. That one came out in August of 1998. I could say spoiler alert again,
Yes.
but I'll let it go. And then the GameCube,
Yes.
which was a remake in
Yes.
2002.
Yep, and we'll talk about all that in a little bit. Yes, Sean, this is a rerun. Sean goes back far enough to know.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Sean was the first person to reach out to us.
Yeah.
He damn well was listening. Thank you, by the way, Sean. We love you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the gameplay and story of Resident Evil. I'm going to do there was a quick Wikipedia synopsis. Now, like I said, we did this game a few years ago. I kind of infused some of those notes in here and just, to save myself some time because it's a lot. Wikipedia synopsis of Resident Evil. A series of bizarre murders have occurred on the outskirts of Raccoon City, with signs of cannibalism on the victims' remains. The Raccoon Police Department's Special Tactics and Rescue Services, or STARS, are assigned to investigate the murders. STARS is divided into two teams, Alpha and Bravo. Bravo team is sent first, but after contact with them is lost, Alpha team is sent to investigate their disappearance. Now, sounds bad. First of all, why are you sending your B team in first? Maybe they were like, you know what? Send the weaker people in first. And if they don't come back, it's not as big a loss, right? We'll know there's trouble and we'll be more prepared. Send in the B team, they say. Not the starters. Don't start with the starters.
No.
They might get hurt. So there's four main characters in this game. You really only play as two of them, right? Who are the four main characters of this game, Jay?
Well, you got Barry Burton.
And what's his title?
He is the STARS Weapons Specialist.
Okay.
Then you got Chris Redfield,
Chris Redfield, yep.
who is the STARS Alpha Team.
He's on the A team.
Yeah.
Not the A team, but the STARS Alpha team.
Yes.
Which is, I'll bet you why they didn't call it the A team. Now think about it. We could have the A team, B team, but if you do the A team, copyright infringement.
Touche.
There's no B.A. Baraka in here.
Baracus.
Yeah, Baracus, not Baraka. Sorry. I'm very tired.
Finish him.
Shut up, fool.
You have Jill Valentine, who also is STARS Alpha Team.
Yep, she's on the Alpha team. I would say she's on a couple Alpha teams.
And then you got Albert Wesker,
Wesker.
who is captain of STARS.
So the captain of the STARS. And you can only play as whom?
Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, members of the Alpha Team.
I'm interested in wondering. I want to know from the audience who've played this game and yourself, who do you play this game as?
You want me to tell you too?
Yeah, I would like to hear who you played as.
I went Chris.
You went with Chris, really?
Yeah, I went with Chris.
Okay. Yeah, Jill is easy mode. Jill, you get the shotgun, I think, right? And Chris, you get like a knife.
Yeah, you get a Bowie knife. Which
Fuck
sucked.
that. I always played as Jill. I played as Jill even before I knew that there was a difference. And then I found out, I'm like, good. Yeah, lockpick too. Jill's got the lockpick.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. She's definitely the easy, which we'll get to in the speedrunning. There may be a difference in the two in speedrunning.
Maybe.
So, yes, basically what happens is one of the things that this game is famous, there's a couple things this game is famous for. I would say, number one, it is famous for being the progenitor of a genre, essentially. Okay? Like games like this, nobody played as Chris. It's true. I didn't as a kid. I sure as hell didn't. Games like this didn't exist until this game. D, not like this at all. D is like, they wanted to be like this game, but they weren't. And the other thing is bad voice acting. Thank you. Yes, that is exactly right. So they basically, you're out in the forest, this Raccoon City forest or whatever. It's July 1998. And they just dump you in a field. And then the dickhead IT pilot for the helicopter, Brad Vickers, what's he do, Jay?
He just fucking leaves.
He takes off. He's like, I gotta go.
Gotta let the dog out. See you guys.
Well, we know there was a problem with the other team. They're probably dead. We can't guarantee it, but they're not coming back. We haven't heard from them, okay? So we're going to send in our better guys, and I'm out. Outie. Peace. I'm out.
Maybe when he heard them talking about the other helicopter when they found it, he was like, ooh, I'm going to go ahead and go.
Well, like, it all happens in the middle of an attack. Alpha team finds the Bravo team, and they're all attacked by murderous dogs. And that's when Brad's like, oh shit, gotta get out of here. Yeah, don't help me. Do you have a gun? What are you doing? You have a helicopter. What are you? Come on, Brad. Never forgive Brad Vickers for that move. Ever.
Game be a lot shorter.
So you're running from these murderous dogs, and you have to run to this mansion for safety. And then you wind up in this place, and it's like, you're just kind of, okay. Like, let me see if I can find it in the notes here. Yeah. Barry's kind of like trying to, like, basically you get two groups. Chris and Albert Wesker go one way, right? Redfield and Wesker go one way. And then you and Jill, if you're Jill, and Barry go the other way. So they're like, Barry's like, there's some blood down here. I'm going to look into this. You go look around. Everybody's split up in this giant mansion. And we'll just meet back here in the hall. What a great plan. You're police. You're like the Alpha team. How do you not have a radio? What the fuck, man?
Or a gun?
Anything. Like, what are you doing? Let's just go in this haunted mansion. We just got attacked by murderous dogs. The B team was lost. We saved them. And oh, by the way, we have no way to communicate with each other and turn inside this mansion. We're just going to yell for each other or we'll meet in the hall. When? That's like when I'm at the grocery store with Amy. I'll just meet you in produce. When? When are you going to do that? I don't want to fucking stand over in produce for the next 25 minutes. We have phones? Call me. Tell me where you're at. But then she never answers her phone in the grocery store. Anyway. Yeah. So if something happens, let's meet up in this hall, I believe is the exact quote. And I'm just like, really, Barry? That's what you're going to go with? So one of the more seminal parts of this game, to me, happens very early in the game. What is that? You know exactly what I'm talking about here. You just experienced it.
What?
Yeah. What did I just say? Were you listening
One of
at
the
all?
seminal moments in the game.
No,
Yes,
I'm just kidding. I know you
listening.
were. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
So Barry's gonna hang out in the dining area.
Yeah. You're talking about the goddamn zombie in the beginning of the game.
You go you go through a doorway. Tank controls, by the way, everybody.
Yeah.
You go in the direction you're pointing always, and that camera angle changes. And we'll talk about why a little bit later. But that is another thing this game is very well known for, much to what I believe it was John said as well at one point.
Did.
Oh, Cheffish. The tank controls take some getting used to. They can be rough. So you're in this dining room, right? Yeah. Barry's investigating this blood or whatever it is. He's like, I'll look at this blood for a while. Let me see what's going on, what kind of blood this is. You go through a hallway or corridor, or whatever, like an opening. Go around the corner, and there's a fucking zombie eating. Is it Wesker? Is that who he's eating? I forget. He's eating somebody. I think it's Wesker. Yeah. He's like chomping on him, and it's this FMV. So it cuts. You can always tell when it's going to be an FMV scene because it cuts to widescreen.
Yes.
The game is a 4:3 game because it's from 1996, but it would go to like a widescreen, I believe, for these cinemas, right? For the little videos. Yeah. So he's chomping on it, and then he looks back at you. The zombie does. And that's the cover. If you look at these covers of the greatest hits in the director's cut, some of the director's cut, Saturn copy is a good version of that. Yeah. That's that zombie, essentially, what he kind of looked like looking back up you. I'm pretty sure that was Wesker that got eaten, right? I could, no. Okay, I could be wrong. I don't remember. He eats some dude, and you're like, holy shit, this zombie is eating this dude. And he looks back at you and he gets up and you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Like, you don't have anything to do anything with. You're like, ah. So he kind of grabs you and might bite you or whatever. You run back. Jay learned this the hard way, right? I immediately ran back to Barry because I'm like, he's got to have a gun. I don't have a gun yet or whatever. Runs back to the fucking, I wish it was Brad Vickers, by the way. That's what I wish would have got his fucking face eaten. Jackass IT helicopter guy. I hope you crash and get eaten by a zombie.
Ken Redfield.
Okay, well. So you run back in.
Is he Chris's brother?
Probably. He's on the Charlie team, I guess.
Oh.
Anyway, that's why he got eaten. And Barry's like, oh, look out. And he like smokes this zombie. Now, one of my biggest complaints about this game, Ken Sullivan. Okay,
Ken Sullivan.
one of my biggest complaints about this game is how many bullets it takes to kill these zombies.
Oh, you want to talk about bullets, do you?
But you can minimize it with good aim and headshots, but fuck off.
You want to talk about bullets?
Yeah, please go.
Let's talk about, so I want to stand and fight guy. So I see this fucking zombie. I'm standing there as Chris with a
Hard
fucking
lesson learned.
Bowie knife. And I'm like, well, I'm going to stab this motherfucker. He starts walking towards me. I stab him.
He kind of goes,
He fucking
and then he comes
twitches
back
a little
at
bit.
you.
Then he starts eating me. I'm like, motherfucker, get off me. I get him off me. I back away. He starts stumbling towards me again. Mind you, at this point, I'm down far enough in the hallway. The goddamn camera turns.
Yep.
So now I'm going the opposite direction. Now I'm going back to him.
That's how you learn immediately how this game is going to work. Because you run towards yourself,
Yes.
and then it cuts to a camera where you have to whip around, like you're now having to go down and around. Oh, it's like, oh, it's happening.
But yeah, I'm sitting there and I fucking
Yes, it's like a wiffle ball.
stabbed him like 6 times and then he eats me and kills me.
Yes.
I did that like 4 times before I realized, before you were like, dude, go back to the dining room.
You run to Barry and Barry shoots the dude, and he still takes $1 million in the cutscene. Yeah, John makes a great point. The key in this game, one of the keys of this game is to know when you have to kill something and when you don't. When can I just run past something and never have to worry about it again? And when do I have to kill it? When do I have to eradicate this zombie or whatever animal thing that shows up, head to foot? Yeah. It was just, oh my God. The fact that you're like, this fucking thing won't die. I'm like, you run from it. Barry kills it. He has the gun. And you're like, no shit. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense, Mike.
The knife is akin to a wiffle ball bat.
Yes.
100%. It is useless.
This game is not guided or linear in any way.
No.
There's a map, right? But it's not really like, it doesn't, like modern games, and I know this is a criticism of some of our friends who also have podcasts. Modern games hold your hand a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. They walk you in a direction. And honestly, to talk about Expedition 33 gives you general guidelines of where to go, but it doesn't walk you there. And it doesn't say, okay, you're on this path, you can't deviate, you can only go you can go wherever you want. It's kind of Zelda-y in that way. You can wind up in places that you can get smoked at, whatever, but it's not going to walk you to places. It's going to say, hey, you need to go to this space and do this thing. Okay, cool. But whatever you do on the way, you don't have to go directly there, right? You can go wherever you want. But modern games have a way of doing that where they're like, okay, and games I love, even games like The Last of Us, whatever, they're very good at saying it's a narrative, it's a story here, and you're only gonna be able to go in a specific way.
Yeah, it kind of pushes you that direction.
Like I can't go left, I can't go right. If I'm able to get in somewhere, it's probably a secret or hidden area. I'm not gonna deviate too far from the main drive of the game, right? But yeah, it does not hold your hand in any way. So you're not always really sure. You kind of have to look at everything, and you have to kind of, this is one of those games, and I'll get into the, part of the development of it. They originally wanted to do this game where everything was rendered in real time, and then they realized that was not going to be possible, right? So then they said, we're going to have pre-rendered backgrounds, and then we'll have a character moving within them that's fully rendered, as it moved. But what that does is, if you've ever watched like old cartoons, you watch old cartoons that maybe have like a static background, and you can go, okay, that clock's going to move. Because you can just tell it looks a little different. Like it's not static. It's drawn a little bit different. The lines are different, whatever it is. That's what this game is like sometimes. You're like, probably should watch out for that area because that doesn't look like the rest of the room. Or you walk in somewhere and you're like, I probably interact with that thing because it doesn't look pre-rendered. It's going to move or something, So it's one of those games.
Well, perfect one's right in the beginning when you go into the dining hall and there's that shield on the wall you have to take.
Yeah.
And it's like you can clearly
You can just
tell.
look
As
at
soon
it and
as you
go,
see that in the background, you're
yeah.
like, okay, that's probably something I need to take.
I need to grab that.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to the first zombie interaction in this game because that game, I'm gonna tell you, I know where I was. I probably bought this game at Sears because I was working at Sears when it came out.
Yeah.
Or maybe no, yeah, it would have been probably Sears. I remember the first time I played this game, and I think I probably told this story on the old episode, whatever. It was dark. I remember I was living in my apartment in Davison, the first apartment I lived in there with the ex-girlfriend. And she was gone or off to bed, and it was dark. And I'm in this room all by myself. And you go around that corner, and the zombie is there, and it turns around and looks at you, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, you haven't seen games like this before.
Yeah.
Games like this didn't exist. I was like so excited, which is weird because I don't love horror movies, but I love horror survival video games for some reason. I don't know if it's just the control aspect or being able to make the decision instead of just, they talked about that where they're like, horror movies, you have to live with the decision that the actor makes. Games, you live with your own decision, right? So I don't know if that's it or whatever. But I just remember being like, my eyes had to have bugged out of my eyes. I was like, holy shit, what in the fuck is going on? And then it comes after you. Now, the funniest part was the door closes and the zombie opens the door. Like he's like, hold on, I gotta turn this knob. Like he opens the door. I know zombies can open doors. I guess it depends on your zombies. Okay. Let me ask you this, and this is if for people who haven't played this game, this is what I would consider the most moderate minor of spoilers. What's the scariest moment in this game to you? You played it. What was the scariest moment that you got to?
I mean, that first zombie was probably the best part about to me.
Okay. The scariest moment of this game is you solve this puzzle. I think you have to like move this maze, or you have to get around this maze, or not maze, but like statue puzzle. Or I think that's right.
Yeah.
Right there. Well, the snake is rough too, but the snake is terrifying. You go down this hallway and you know, like, okay, I've learned my lesson in life. I'm going to give you a more modern example of this. I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I drop down in Tears of the Kingdom, up in the northeast there, Akala area, I think it is, up on the coast. There's an island. And you drop down into this area, and you can see a shrine, I think it is, or something. There's something like there's like bait is the best way to put it. And you're like, oh, I'm just going to drop down to the shrine. I'm going to head right over. Let me fly right over. The second you jump off that cliff and you no longer can get back to the cliff, those fucking gloom hands come out and are like chasing you. And those things are fucking terrifying if you don't know how to fight them. Even when you do, they suck. So that is a classic example of what you would call the okey doke or bait or the banana in the tailpipe or whatever you want to call it. That hallway in this game is exactly that. Because the zombie scared the crap out of me. It wasn't a jump scare. It was more like, oh my God, this thing's eating a person. What's happening in this video game? You see this hallway and you're like, I'm just going to walk down the hallway. Everything's fine. And you get about halfway through and the fucking dogs bust through the window. Oh, yeah. Kapow! I'm like, oh shit. And then you're like trying to shoot the dogs. That's a pain in the ass. Yeah. You're just running. Oh my God. That part is just terrifying. I remember the sound. I'm like, oh my God. And I told my buddy's son played this game recently. And he's like, I said, watch out for the dogs. And he's like, what do you mean? And then he's like, I just got to the dog scene. Terrifying. Okay.
I guess that was the when the
that
dog,
was the jump scare.
Yes.
I was like, whoa.
I thought you meant just like off-putting scary was the zombie.
Disturbing.
When he's fucking chewing on the dude's face and you're like, oh. And then he looks back and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
And then after I fucking...
He saw me.
He killed me 3 times.
I've never fought anything in this game. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
It's instilling fear into the player immediately where you're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I have to get the hell out of here.
No, the dogs were oh, God.
The dogs scared the shit out of me. I was playing that game, like I said, and I was like, oh, God. So, interestingly about this game, again, it's a third person over the shoulder type point of view. You've got to aim to fire. So you have to hold down a button which aims, and then once you aim, you can kind of rotate, right? But you can also go up and down. So like if you want to shoot a zombie in the head, or you want to shoot a dog on the ground, or whatever it is, right? So it's kind of a pain in the ass. But what they did is, and this was classic this, we'll get to it in a second, but this is a Japanese developed game. They made this game extra hard for North America because they hate rentals. And I know we've talked about this ad nauseum on other episodes. They did not want people renting this game and beating it, which I don't think you were probably going to do in a weekend.
No.
Okay. No offense. Like back then, you're going to need a little help, or it's going to take you a little time. Okay. Eventually, maybe, but not right away, especially when you've never played a game like this before. But they did things like made the enemies take more shots. They gave you less resources, less ink ribbons, which you have to save. You have to find a typewriter, and then you have to have an ink ribbon to save your progress to a memory card. If you don't have a memory card, if you don't have a memory card, you're in big trouble. This is not a game that holds your hand where it's like, oh, you died, oh well. It's like, hey, you died. Your last save is from 2 hours ago. Good fucking luck, idiot. Yeah. You got to go redo all that. I hate that. But yeah, this is one of those games that they made extra difficult for U.S. and North American audiences because they wanted to avoid people renting it and not buying it. So yeah, just an FYI on that. Both characters, if I understand this correctly, have 4 different endings. I'm not going to get into what they all are, but there's a total of, I believe, 8 endings in this game. The only thing I will tell you, and this is not truly a spoiler, there's no true canon ending to the game. And if you don't want to hear this, I'll give you 5 seconds. It doesn't really affect anything. I'm going to count it down. Minor spoiler alert for a 29-year-old game. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There is not, of those 8 endings, a single ending where all 4 of the characters survive. Not one of them.
Yeah.
Now, if you're playing as Jill, you're going to, you know what I mean? Yeah. She's going to survive. If you're playing as Chris, he's going to survive. But there is not an ending where all 4 of the people. Yeah, I know. I should have said something. I'm sorry. But there are bad endings. There are good, moderate. There's the worst, the second worst, the second best, and the best ending is, I believe, how they put it. So I'll let you guys figure all that out. Now, Jay, I've talked for a while. Yes. I rented it as a kid. Hey, what's up, Seagon? My brother and I took turns, completed it over a few days. But yeah, you wouldn't have gotten it Friday and taken it back Sunday and you feel like you beat it, right? Like that's, I know, maybe on a weekend where you had nothing to do, maybe. But geez Louise, like they made that thing pretty difficult. So Jay, Mike? Tell me a little bit about the background and development of this game. What I didn't put on here is the developer and publisher, but who developed and published this game? Oh, you know what? Before you answer that.
Okay.
Talk to people real quick before you answer that.
Well, I can say this at least, since it doesn't give anything away. The game originally was conceptualized for the Super Nintendo, but then they realized it wasn't going to work for the Super Nintendo. They need a little bit more, what did they say, horsepower for this, I think is where they were going. So I'm waiting for Mike. I have no idea what he's doing, but he wanted me to talk about something. So we're going to talk about the producer and the director and the publisher and the programmer and the cover art.
So Jay,
I would have never known.
Let's talk about who developed and published this game.
Well, it was developed and published by the one and only Capcom. With a giant Capcom sign.
I feel like we need to put this up here for the Capcom game. I can't believe we didn't do this.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
Kind of screwed this up.
So
I had so much other stuff going on, Jay.
That sign was made by the one and only
Notorious CIB.
Notorious CIB.
All right, here we go. It'll probably fall and break.
The miniature piano guy.
Brought to you by Capcom.
Yes.
Now you can tell how badly this is. Oh God.
Oof. Well, we knocked it over earlier.
We did. All right. There's good. Okay.
That's good.
So, developed and produced by Capcom in 1996, it was originally meant to be, it was conceptualized for what again?
Super Nintendo.
Could you imagine this game running on a Super Nintendo, even with the purported, well, the CD-ROM add-on? Could you imagine this game
would be a nightmare
in a 16-bit format?
This would get thrown out the window.
It's a little rough to look at on a PlayStation.
Yeah, it really is.
Press the Ferguson button before ba-whoosh. Anyway, might have run just as well as Street Fighter Alpha 2. Oh boy,
That's
what can't Kalen do? Nothing. He can't mention our podcast when he's on Retro Race videos. Other than that,
oh,
kidding, Kalen. Just love you. Anyway, so who was the producer? Can we say it?
Takuro Fujiwara.
Yep. Now his name has come up a number of times on this show.
Yeah,
He
stuff
was
I didn't-
involved in a lot of games that people on the stream, people who play games from this era, are familiar with. You mentioned one earlier. What was it?
I did. It was Ghost and Goblins. He
Yeah.
actually did the whole series.
Including Resurrection,
Resurrection,
if
yeah.
you remember.
Yeah.
What else?
Commando.
Yeah.
Which we did that.
Which I'm going Commando in honor of the fact that we're talking about Fujiwara.
Oh boy.
Son.
Uh,
Tokuro-san.
Mega Man 2 through 7
And
and the X series.
if you're familiar,
Yeah.
and you got 50% of these.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself. I don't have 100% of them.
Still should've got
Breath
them.
of Fire 1 and 2.
And there's one game, and if you look over there, Jay, on the left, I got 4 stacks of Nintendo games. On the very top left, what is that game on the very top left? You can tell from here just from the color, right?
It's DuckTales.
Exactly.
He did DuckTales?
Yep, he was involved in
I'll be
DuckTales.
darned. I should know that. We did the episode.
Yeah, exactly. Anything from the mid to late 80s from Capcom into God knows when, he was involved. So, yeah, good old Tokuro-san.
Yeah.
And who was the director? You want me to do this one or you get this one?
Shinji Mikami?
Yeah, you got
Oh,
it.
Look at that. Was the director.
Yep. Now, Shinji Mikami was integral
Yes.
in how this game was assembled. Tell me a little bit about where he gained his influence. A little, all these little notes we got in here. I want to hear about Shinji-san.
I actually love this part.
Yeah.
Because this is one of my all-time favorite movies. The mansion is inspired by the Overlook Hotel from The Shining.
Yeah. And what he wanted to do was basically have the game revolve around a haunted house.
Yeah.
Or a mansion. Like you said, the hotel from The Shining. And there was a movie
Yes.
that became a Capcom game that was a gigantic influence on this game. Then it's in the title of this show, but Jay, what is that? What is that movie which you watched some of today?
It was actually Sweet Home. He liked it, but he wanted to create. He wanted their own essence.
They kind of the vibe of Sweet Home, the movie, and kind of the
Yes.
game, but also wanted to turn it into his own. And that was something they made everybody kind of indulge. If you're going to be on, I guess at one point 80 people were working on this game or something. I don't know. But he's like, you have to play Sweet Home. You've got to understand the roots of what we're trying to do, blah, blah, blah. See the movie, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I guess the higher-ups and even Fujiwara were like, hey, man, what's the deal here? What's this game about? What's the story? And he's like, there's no script. I'm focusing on the gameplay. And his quote was essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, haunted house doesn't need a story. It's scary enough to be in a haunted house. You don't really need a story. So all that stuff was kind of brought in after they developed and conceptualized and all that stuff. So, and yeah, go ahead.
I lost where I was.
That's right. It's right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he felt the first person view was more immersive and scary for the player.
But is this game in the first person?
No, it's a third person.
Only bits and pieces are, right? With
Yes.
FMVs and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And there's a good reason for that. So they were originally going to do it that way, and then they were playing Alone in the Dark, and they kind of used Alone in the Dark also as influences in this game to say, we kind of like this over-the-shoulder view. It gives you a better point of view of what's going on. One of the things they said is you can't identify with the person you are if you can't see them, which I thought was an interesting way to put it. I like that. I think that's true. We all know what the Quake Grunt looks like now, but then I'm like, what does this guy look like? The only reason I know is because you'd see him in the end running around in videos or whatever. But in general, it's I don't know, is that the guy I am? In this, you know what you look like, right? And I think that's important. And they kind of went with the same thing where Those camera angles, like we talked about, when you see the zombie and you run, they did that on purpose. They were trying to instill fear in you. They were really trying to treat this like a horror movie type thing where it's like, you're supposed to be scared. I was. It worked. Like, I go to run, and then all of a sudden the camera angle changes, like, oh, God, now I'm running right at the zombie. What am I doing? You know, they did all that shit on purpose. And that without Alone in the Dark, this game probably would have been a first-person point of view. So, and he also, like you can get, we talked about the 3D rendered characters with the pre-rendered backgrounds, but what else?
He also wanted to use real monsters instead of like ghosts.
Yeah, he wanted like,
because, and I'm not going to give a spoiler, but if you backtrack, if you get the opportunity to watch Sweet Home, you watched it. I watched most of it, and that part of the whole thing with Sweet Home was a lot of it was based around the shadow. It was a ghost, basically, was the interferer. And I'm not giving anything away for the movie.
You're not giving anything.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's something scary.
Yes.
But there wasn't an official being there. It was more of a... It
was an omnipresent thing you should be afraid of.
Yes.
And then you have to figure out how to battle that. Like, how am I battling the shadows?
Yeah.
But then you try and whatever.
Where they didn't do that with this, they wanted to gear it more towards a physical being.
Yep. And he said that he felt like living creatures and things that you were familiar with were actually much scarier than these like contrived, you know, like things that you like, oh, okay, like that's not even real. Your brain knows, like, I'm not scared of you. You're not real. You know what I mean? But you're like, okay, like floaty woman with the knife is scary. Like, how is she floating? Where'd the knife come from? Is it a ghost knife? Will it stab me? You know, like you got to think about stuff like that. You know, like, okay, that person has like a wand that could do anything, you know, whatever. Yeah. And like I said here, they wanted to make a horror movie where you were the main character and decided what to do. Kind of what I talked about earlier, where it's like you watch the movie and you're at the liberty of whatever they decide. And then when you play a game, you can make your own decisions and be comfortable with whatever. Right. So one of the programmers in the game, what was his name?
Yasuhiro. Yeah, Empo. Yeah. Mr. Empo.
Yeah, so he was one of the programmers, and he came on, he was told, like they told all these guys, you have to play Sweet Home. You're on this team.
For the Famicom.
You've got to play the Famicom version of Sweet Home, which John does have a copy of for me. But one came into Retro Taku. Somebody traded in a sweet-ass lot of Famicom games. Castlevania 3 was in there, Sweet Home, freaking, what's the other one that everybody loves? It's the Danzig one or whatever. I can't think of it. Devil's Fury or not Devil's Fury, whatever. I don't know. Whatever it is. It's the other. It's like there's one, Sweet Home, and then the other game. I can't remember. I'm old now.
The one Robbie talked that he had to put the arcade Holy Diver.
Holy Diver. That's not. Yeah, no, that's Devil. You're thinking of a different game. That's not Holy Diver.
Oh,
okay. And that basically what he said in his interview was the chief of consumer products for Sony wanted to create a new genre of games. Mission accomplished.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So before we get, we're going to talk a little bit more about background development, but I want to talk a little bit about the cover art of this game. I want to ask the audience, do you prefer, just opinion, when you look at the cover art, there's kind of two cover arts for this game. There's the guy with the shotgun looking scared and confused, surrounded by spiders. And then there's the zombie head, which is on the back of the ones here, if you look, right, with the spider. Which artwork do you prefer? Do you prefer
the zombie head? That's that first zombie.
Yes, there's the first zombie head looking at you, and then there's the terrified guy with the shotgun surrounded by spiders, or like spider shadows, or maybe shadow spiders. Okay. I want a couple of people here's opinion. Original, the guy, shotgunner. People prefer the original art. What I found out is I agree, it is very Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I can see that.
Shankus because he likes Sega, he likes the Saturn one, I think. That's just my guess. But
what's your opinion?
This long box version of Resident Evil is the first one I ever played. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that. I want that poster. There is a Resident Evil comic book. Issue 1 is that cover.
Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah, and come to find out, and it's not that super expensive for like a high-ish grade. Come to find out, the guy who did that work is a comic artist. You know more about that stuff.
Yep.
Jay, tell me a little bit about who did this art.
Bill Sienkiewicz.
Bill Sienkiewicz did it.
So he did.
And that's all you got.
He's done a ton of
He's done covers for Thor. Yeah. He did covers for...
He did the first Fantastic Four from 2018, I think it was, which
Yeah.
has a Doom cover. It's Dr. Doom, and
Yeah.
it is fucking awesome.
I love
if you
his
get a chance
art
to
style.
look it up, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
But he does that. He has ton of like super creepy like Batman covers with the Joker, and trying to think of what other covers I saw that really
Yeah. But the point is, he's a comic artist.
Yes.
And the
Deadpool, he's done everything. X-Men, he had a great X Factor cover where Sunspot looks really kind of creepy on it.
all caps.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Who's the guy on the box?
Fuck, I don't know. He didn't either.
So we did a little digging about the guy on the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we find out, Jay?
That he's no one from the game.
It's nobody from the game, and why is that?
Because he made it before the game.
They
He just had
basically
some artwork, and he was like, oh, this
they
fucking works.
basically said, "Here's the premise of the game. He made this, and then that guy's not in the game." But I think it does. It captures the fear, and like you're in this house, and this shit, these real monsters are after you, or whatever things. But it was pretty good. It's like it's not based on anybody in particular, and he knew nothing about the game because it was not done before he made the art for it.
That right there should tell you should always look at a comic book artist, because if you think about that and then go to Mega Man, and they're like a guy with a gun.
He's got a suit and a helmet.
Yeah. Not even close.
Yeah, no, it was close.
This guy, you could even say, well, that's Chris, or maybe that's Wesker
You might
without his
think-
glasses on. You
Yep,
never know.
Maybe it's Wesker.
Yeah.
You know? All right. So, yeah, like I talked about a little bit here, it said they wanted to challenge the players with the limited saves and the healing. They were really trying to push the fear. Like, okay, they did not put your health bar and that stuff on the screen as you played intentionally. They did not want you to know, right? You could tell by going to pause and you have like a heartbeat. And if it's green and it's slow, it's good. The faster and the orange or the yellow or the red, the worse off you are. You're not going to be able to take many hits if you got like a fast heartbeat with red.
Yeah.
So that's kind of your life bar, right? But they hid it from you.
I had
Yeah.
a question. You
Yeah.
didn't answer.
What?
Which cover?
I did answer the guy.
Oh, you didn't.
I
you
said
just-
this
you
was
just
the
said
first-
That was the first one. You
this-
didn't know that you meant specifically that.
I
was the
know,
one.
because remember I said I want to buy the poster, I want to buy the comic book? Okay, so maybe I didn't say it. I don't know. All I know is that's the one. The other one's fine. It's okay. But that's the one, man. That's like classic box art. And that's why I love that thing right in the middle, because you don't find it like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like on a CD. It's like buying a record versus buying a CD. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this game was known as Biohazard. And there's actually, where is that? Where's Biohazard? I had it right here. Where did it go? Did I put it up right there? So Biohazard is what it was known as in Japan. And they did not call it Biohazard. There's a GameCube copy over there. They did not call it Biohazard in the US because they were concerned about a couple things. One, they said there were a number of, well, that's nice. Yeah. This is probably still good. Now I'll never be able to play the Japanese import of Resident Evil Biohazard. There were a number of games that had the Biohazard in the title, I guess. I'm like, I don't remember a lot of those. But there was another reason, Jay. One of Jay's favorite things in the whole world.
The band.
The band Biohazard. It's not his favorite thing. But they were worried about being able to register the name to use it in the US, so they came up with Resident Evil. And the reason they came up with Resident Evil is it's actually a pun, Jay. Why? What does that mean? How is it a pun? That's what they said.
Oh, because it was loosely based off of.
The evil lives in the house, the residence.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it. So the evil that resides in the mansion in the game. So let's talk a little bit about the reception of Resident Evil. You want to read that? Go ahead. You got it. Yeah, go. Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Yep, EGM review crew in issue 82, May 1996.
Yeah, that's the section, right? Like the review crew section. There's a whole section for reviews.
Yes. That was just a little over a month probably after it came out.
This was right after release.
Yep. It was Game of the Month.
Yep, it was their Game of the Month.
Yes. And
That was Jet Beauty of the Month. You could be Jet Beauty of the Month.
So the overall, do you want me to just give the overall scores?
Yeah, I don't have the people next to him. One of them is Sashimi Z.
Ah. What?
Not Sushi X is that guy who ripped us off 30 years
Oh,
ago.
yeah. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So the scores were actually really good. 8.0, 9.5, 9.0, and 9.0.
And what were the best and worst features you would say that they said?
Best features were frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Worst feature, some of the views.
Okay.
Which that falls back into the tank
Yep.
controls probably.
Yep.
And then time to complete was medium, which it isn't a god-awful long game.
No, it's not once you figure out where to go, but you can get lost pretty easily
And then they recommended...
or not know what to do.
And then they recommended to also try the Die Hard trilogy.
Sure. Now, this is an of the era review,
Yes.
right? Like a lot of this stuff that I'm going to talk about now is how this game was perceived when it came out. There was a lot of hype around this game.
Yeah.
I was very excited for this game. Like the idea of being able to play a game like this really, like I gravitated towards immediately. This game, so EGM in March of 1997, I don't know why they waited till March. They put out their best of 1996 games, and this was issue 92. This game was the runner-up for Editor's Choice of Game of the Year. Okay? So it was runner-up there. Now, the Player's Choice, that was the editor. The editors said this was the runner-up.
Mhm.
Okay? The Player's Choice Game of the Year, also a runner-up. It was the PlayStation Game of the Year winner and the Adventure Game of the Year runner-up. Now, what I want to know from you, who won those three awards? The Game of the Year for editors and players and the Adventure Game of the Year for Capcom, or not Capcom, but for EGM's editors and players in 1996.
I'm going to guess it might be one of the games that we discussed for the show.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We don't talk about those kind of games.
okay. I guess we'll say I'm still going to do it. Super Mario 64.
That is correct. Now, I think that's a travesty. Okay? It's brutal. Anyway, runner up my ass.
Was it Super Mario 64 took all three of those?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, if you want to know, looking back at 21-year-old Mike, 20 and 21-year-old Mike, this was the kind of game I wanted to play. Okay? I did not want to play Pilot Wings. I played Mario 64, didn't love it. Still don't love it, whatever. But that is why people my age were buying PlayStations and people a few years younger were buying Nintendo 64s.
Yeah.
Right? These were the kind of games that were not coming out on a Nintendo console at all. Weren't even being considered for a Nintendo 64 at the time. And that is why I preferred the play. I was looking forward to this and the Final Fantasies and all those kinds of games. And you couldn't play those games on a Nintendo 64.
That's because Nintendo 64 is a trash system for trash people.
Yeah, it's a garbage system for garbage people. But the point here is, when people are like, why was a PlayStation so popular? Games like this is why.
Yeah.
Having this, having Final Fantasy VII, having Gran Turismo, those kind of games that people wanted to play. And it's like, yes, I like Zelda, I like Mario, but I'm also like, what are they always, there's this classic meme that's like, when you're in like elementary school, you play with Pokemon. When you're in high school, you don't tell anybody you played Pokemon. And when you go to college, you go back to playing Pokemon. Like, because you're like, okay, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
We're still in that like out of high school like phase of people's life where they're like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm playing Mario at 21 years old age or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Not that I felt that way, but you get my point.
Yeah.
But these were the kinds of games that you could play on the PlayStation exclusively until, you know, the Saturn version came along later. And you could not play on a Nintendo console. So that's why. Okay. So Sony in August of 97, before E3, which was in Atlanta that year, they did a poll. They called it their Consumer's Choice. And they asked, at this point, and again, this is up to August of 1997. It's been out for almost 2 years at this point. PlayStation came out September 9th, 1995, I believe, or something like that. 9/9/95.
Yep.
It's been almost 2 years. What is the best PlayStation game ever as voted on by people? Where did this land on that list?
You want me to answer?
Yeah.
Oh, number one.
It was number one.
That was it. That was a winner.
This was from a reception perspective, is why people loved this game. Like when it came out, people were nuts for this game. It was completely unlike, looking back at it now, it is clunky, it is this, is that, it's not a perfect game in any way, but there was nothing like it at the time, and it just like sent you into another place completely.
And look at, and I'm not going to get too far into the weeds because I know we'll talk about it later, but look at the franchise overall.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
So,
that's at the end of the little reception area here. And we're not going to get too deep, but you'll get the idea. So there's a GameCube remake of this game in 2002. That to me was interesting at the time because I was like, I wanted a GameCube, but there wasn't anything super compelling for me. Like Luigi's Mansion wasn't doing it and whatever, Mario Golf or whatever. But when they signed, so what happened was that game, the remake of Resident Evil, and I think Resident Evil 4 was one of them as well. I'll have to look, but anyway. Capcom, Nintendo was struggling. Okay, Nintendo had fantastic first-party games. There's Zeldas and Marios and all those things. No Metroid, no Kid Icarus, whatever, dicks. But they were struggling from a third-party perspective at this point. They had been very, ogreish with how they did things. People went to a different platform or different publisher or different platform that was easier to deal with. And then Nintendo kind of had to woo them back, right? Like, okay, we need that support to have mass appeal. We don't want to be a niche system, right? So they signed this exclusivity agreement with Capcom. Hello. Somebody just joined. Somebody's followed us. Okay. Matt Jackson, Twitch 2003. Thanks for following us. Cool. Scared the crap out of me. That never happens. No. But they signed this exclusivity agreement with Capcom to say, we're going to develop these 5 games for your system only on modern systems. And we're past the PlayStation now. We're into the GameCube, right? These 5 games. Jay, I want you to name the 5 games that comprised the Capcom 5.
You're really going to ask me that?
I just did.
Oh, fuck. Can I get anybody to help me? Can I phone a friend? Robbie, where are you?
I will give you a hint. Resident Evil Remake was not one of them.
Okay.
But I mentioned what one of them was.
Resident Evil 4.
There you go.
Okay.
The other 4 you're not going to know.
Okay. Thank God.
I want to see if anybody else knows.
I was going to say, you want to see if anybody in the chat knows?
This was all... I just heard my name.
What's the question?
The question is, what were the 5 games that comprised the Capcom 5? The 5 exclusive games that were going to be brought to GameCube to start driving third-party development back to Nintendo and their platform. Piano 3 is one of them. Beautiful Joe is another.
Oh, there we go.
Of the 4 that are not Resident Evil 4, Beautiful Joe is easily the one that was the best received.
Killer 7?
Killer 7 is one.
Seagon's killing it.
Oh, wow. What is this? Versant is bringing back USA Sports on USA and Golf Channel. USA also hired Monk. I don't know what any of this is about. Thank you, Matt. I watched all that stuff back in the day. Who cares? Dead Phoenix was the other game, which was canceled. And there's apparently a prototype out there. Let's shut up. Let's talk about golf.
Okay. I mean, we can.
All right.
Actually, we could talk about Tiger Woods.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that another day. Okay. Actually, you know what, Jay?
Yes, Mike.
I think I was wrong here. Where was I wrong? All right, never mind. Screw all that. Who cares? The actual game of the year, I have to tell you this. For 1996, I don't believe this is right. Tekken 2. I think Tekken 2 came out in 1996. Now I'm confused. Yeah. Then Tomb Raider was 3rd.
It did come out in 96.
The adventure game of the year was Mario 64. Then why don't we do Tekken 2 then?
Because you want to do Resident Evil.
No, you never said you want to do it. You said 94, 95, 97, remember? You said that. Oh. Anyway, who cares? Neither here nor there. Okay, I know. So, Jay, this game, when it first came out, was only expected to sell around 200,000 copies. That's what their expectations were. They were all going to sell 2,000 copies. It wound up selling like 5.08, I think it was, million copies. Where does that place it on the best-selling games of PlayStation of all time? What number would you say 5 million put it at?
Oh, it's got to be the top 3, right?
No.
Top 5?
No.
Top 10?
No.
Top 20?
Yeah.
17.
That is correct.
Oh shit! Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
17 is correct, and I believe it is.
that was a straight guess.
I believe it's right by Final Fantasy IX, which was the worst performing of the 3 Final Fantasy number games, if you will, like main series games, whatever you call them, on PlayStation. So yeah, it was right around the same amount as Final Fantasy IX. So it's top. It was 17. Sorry, Jay, you haven't mentioned USA animated airing animated shows in the morning until September 1990. Jay, why haven't you mentioned that?
I don't know.
I don't know
I guess I should
who
have.
Matt Jackson is. So thank you for the information on USA Network. I'm going to have to get a moderator in the chat. Who should be the moderator? You think Tiger Wolf's a good moderator? He feels like a good
Oh,
moderator.
100%.
Yeah. I think anybody could be a moderator except Matt probably at this point.
How do we mod him up?
Yeah, we'll see. Let's let him let him cook a little bit here, as the kids say. So this game, from a reception standpoint, was the beginning of what became a very large franchise. What did they make along with video games? Because they made a number of it. I mean, we're up to Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village, I think is 8. But there's all these other non-linear, there's Survivor, which is a gun game. There's so many Resident Evil games now.
Yeah.
Okay. But what else did they make?
I think they made some movies.
They made 8 movies. So I guess 6
Holy
originals and
shit,
2
seriously?
remakes. There's 6 originals, and then there's 2 remakes, like Welcome to Raccoon City and then Resident Evil again, I guess. Not again, but Resident Evil. There's 8 movies. There is a book series.
Yeah.
We talked about the comic book series with Marvel, which I got to get an issue 1 of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I have all this other shit. Why would I not have that?
Didn't they do, or aren't they doing a TV show?
I mean, they did Castlevania and Last of Us, probably.
No, I thought they were doing like a live action, like Welcome to Raccoon City or something.
Probably. It probably bombed. I don't know. But probably. I didn't see anything about it, but based on everything else I know about the franchise, probably. All right. So that's enough about reception. The point here is, of the era, when this game came out, it was a very big deal. It was very, very well received. There were very few outlets that were critical of the game. Most people gave it a score in the 8+, out of 10 type category. Metacritic had it at like a 91 out of 100. It was one of the highest rated games for the PlayStation. It may have been the highest or something. But it is just one of those games, and I'm going to look right now because I didn't do this research, but I'm going to go to Moby Games while we're here.
Oh, and by the way, Tekken did come out in 95, but it was ported in 96. Tekken 2, I'm sorry.
Okay, so that wouldn't have counted because I won't get into it. Okay, so Resident Evil 1996 PlayStation, number 63 on PlayStation, number 5 on Saturn. I'm curious what 62 games are better on PlayStation, but there's varying opinions of said games now, because when you look at them compared to the modern quality of life improvements and all those types of things, I can see where people wouldn't like them as much.
Yeah.
But man, this game was a big deal. It really was. And it still kind of is when you look around. So where can you play it today, Jay?
Oh boy.
Let's start with the OG version, like these versions sitting in front of us. Let's talk about the versions that are right here.
Well, the ones in front of us, of course, you've got the big box, which is the PC. I'm going to go kind of out of order here.
That's okay.
You got the PC.
So you got the Windows PC version, which is the big box, which to me is like the coolest version of this game.
Yeah.
I lucked into that one completely.
Yes.
That is very hard to find
And
one.
it's a beautiful box.
It's nice. It could be slightly better, but I'll take it. It's pretty nice.
I mean, for how many you see out there, it's a nice box. It's
Clearvis,
really
what's
nice.
up, buddy? Yeah, the first movie wasn't too bad. What's it? Mila Jovovich was the star.
She was in a bunch of them.
Yeah, she's like,
But
Windows,
so we
big
got the
box.
Windows PC. We got the Sega Saturn, which is my favorite cover.
Yes.
We've got the PlayStation.
The 70 versions on PlayStation.
Yes. So we got the PlayStation Director's Cut, the PlayStation Director's Cut.
DualShock, the PlayStation Director's Cut, DualShock Greatest Hits.
Yes.
The long box, the jewel case. We'll get into that in a minute.
And then you've got, it was also on the Director's Cut version was on the PlayStation Classic.
Yep. Okay.
So, and then you've got
World Series Resident Evil. I wish.
You've got Biohazard Deadly Silence, which came out on the Nintendo DS.
So the DS now, 11 years later in 2006, puts out a Biohazard game in Japan.
Yes.
To commemorate the 10-year anniversary of the release of the game. And now a DS is powerful enough To do what?
It has classic mode and rebirth.
Which I
mode.
don't know what rebirth mode is.
I think it's just kind of an updated version.
But yeah, you could play Resident Evil 11 years later on a DS.
Yep.
And
This one was kind of funny. I grabbed this because I thought it was funny. I was reading through.
This is so. You tell me about what this is, and then I'm going to explain what this is. Because I'm going to go hold this up to the camera and show people this picture.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to pull it up here if I can.
Yeah.
So, you know what? This is going to take too long. I'll just go put it up to the camera. I wish I would have saved this.
But there was also Biohazard: The Operations, which is Resident Evil, which was a mobile phone game that came out in 2007. It was in Japan only, but that's a screenshot of the freaking game.
Looks pretty good
from a phone.
But what does that tell you? What else happened in 2007, Jay? Do you remember?
No, what?
The original iPhone came
Oh,
out
yeah,
in
yeah.
2007.
Yeah, that's right.
And changed mobile gaming forever.
Clearly, it had
Because
more
this
processing speed than a Super Nintendo.
Easily. This screen cap, if anybody lived through that era of cell phones, this is a flip phone screen cap. Maybe you had an HTC or a T-Mobile Dash or something that had like a Windows Phone operating system on it, but that has got flip phone OS written all over it.
Well, that was Japan only.
That is on your Razor.
Yeah, that was Japan only.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been known to import a thing or two.
And you know, those phones, a lot of the phones they have in Japan are pretty baller.
You don't want to play free.
Like where I work, there's a lot of
yeah.
exchange students, and we have a lot of Asian exchange students that
Yeah.
come through. And some of their phones, I've talking to a couple of people that have come in, and they show me their phones.
It unfolds 4 fucking times
it's
and it scratches your back.
Wild, yeah.
Yeah.
It's some of the stuff they have is crazy.
Yep.
But I digress.
Anyway, so yeah, that was interesting just because that screen cap and just that layout, I was like, oh yeah, that's from a flip phone immediately. All right.
Then you've got the remake, which came out in 2002, which we already talked about.
This was the GameCube remake of the game. Quality of life improvements. It was a little bit easier to navigate. There was a little bit more to it. It looked better, right? You've got 6 years between releases. It's been updated, changed a little.
Yep.
But then they kind of kept going with that one in that era, like as the eras kind of came across. So
yeah, they really did, because they went GameCube, then they went with the Wii.
I don't know if Xbox One is right. Maybe it is. Yeah, it's fine.
I don't. I think they just made like a great
Generic,
yeah. Xbox 360 and then Windows. They did the remake as well.
Yep. And then
Then
there's
they have the Origins collection, which came out on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Switch.
yeah, and those were HD remasters of the remakes of Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So yeah.
And you can actually, I'm going to give away a little bit. So I played it. And I'll talk more about that later, but I played it, and I don't know if you did, but I downloaded it. They had it on the Switch eShop for $10
he said,
for the remake. And the remake looks really, really good. Like that's what the version I just recently played. So, but I digress. You know what time it is?
It's time to call our friends.
It is.
I gotta load up Teams.
Well, while you're doing that, I actually dug a little bit to look because I swore they did. Resident Evil did have a TV series. It was from what the little bit I've pulled, it was one season, and it's on Netflix.
Okay.
So
wow, one season. It must have really went over
apparently
big with
it
the kids.
didn't have a big grasp on it.
People didn't care for it.
Which I'll still check it out just to see.
It was bad.
Oh, okay. Maybe I won't.
I mean, well, I like bad things. It's fine. All right, so
we did watch Sweet Home.
Look, Sweet Home is not bad. I will tell you. I watched that movie.
So
It's a 1989 Japanese horror film, so you should know what you're getting into. But you didn't get laid enough in the movie to see some of the special effects and how they kind of did stuff. It was pretty good. I really thought it was a pretty well done movie. It's all subtitles. There was not a voiceover version I could find or translated version, so I found a subtitled version of it, and I enjoyed it. Funny side story: Sweet Home the movie is available in 2 mediums. You can buy Sweet Home in Japan, either on VHS or
Laserdisc.
Neither are cheap. One VHS copy sold for $100 from Japan at one point. Every other one is well more than that. There are 2 copies of this Sweet Home Laserdisc on eBay, and the minimum they go for is almost $300.
Oh,
and
boy.
nobody's ever sold one. They're just up there for that price. But man, is that cover cool. It is the Sweet Home cover where the person's like, when it's got the big red Sweet Home logo and the mansions in it and all. I want the soundtrack to it is what I want. Because I just want the record. I want to look at it.
Did
I want
you
to
look
spend.
and see if they had one?
I haven't looked yet, but for $300, man, Jesus Christ, I'm not paying that for a Laserdisc. I don't care what it is. I'm not buying it. It's cool. That's neat. I'm good. All right. Who are we calling first? I got to see who's online. We calling John? Oh, looks like I'm online. Let's see if John Young is online.
Oh, buddy. Sweet Home soundtrack.
Uh-oh. Is there LP or is it only on cassette? It might be. You might be looking at the Sweet Home Alabama soundtrack.
Sweet Home music from the original the Netflix original series.
No, that ain't it. Yeah, Team sucks, but it's what we have to use. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm calling our buddy. He's on.
Oh, I should probably get it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why I asked if you're ready. Sorry, I'm such a smart ass tonight. I'm really tired.
I'm good. I'm ready. I've learned to ignore you.
Hello.
It's my absolute pleasure to welcome back Mr. Famicom Box himself, because that's what Tyler says I have to call him. Retro game enthusiast John Young, the best Famicom purveyor in Kansas City, if not the U.S. Retro game enthusiast John Young. John, how are you, sir?
Pretty good. I thought you were just gonna stop at the best.
Around.
Just the best.
Nothing's ever gonna
I
take him down.
Just trail off with the
He's the best.
Just leave it there.
He's the best.
Foundation repair.
Do I sound okay?
What's up,
I'm
Bird
using.
Dog? Yep, sound great.
All right, I'm using a different mic than usual.
At
So.
least to us, you sound good to me. The people
All right.
are what really matter here. I want to know what the people think.
You don't care about the people. As soon as these microphones go off, you go in your British accent.
People.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Fuck
Yeah.
the people. Fuck the record.
More
Bird
Bill
Dog
of
says you're
Bird.
good. Hey,
Yeah.
Bird Dog, how are you,
All
bud?
right, cool.
Fuck the record. And fuck the people.
Clearvis says good.
Sounds great.
We need to up Mike's dose.
Notorious CIB, we do. Notorious CIB says it sounds good.
Dude, I'm so tired.
Oh, nice.
I'm so tired. I did not sleep at all last night. I'm cooked.
Totally understandable. So I don't know if we mentioned it on the show proper, but the video of Kalen's game room was pretty sweet.
You know what? I'm going to take a moment here and tell you, I love everybody that's on this stream right now.
Oh,
Even Matt Jackson, Twitch 2003, buddy. Thanks for being here. Okay, you want to talk about USA Network? You want to talk about Round Up All Night? You want to talk about Joe Bob? Whatever the hell. Okay, that's cool. I'm here. I fucking
Sports.
hate people though. The
Oh,
jackasses in the comment section of that
Oh,
video.
well.
I had to go unload on a guy who was just a complete dick, and I'm like, I was basically like, hey man, why don't you learn how to be a civilized fucking human being? You know what I mean? Like, get a fucking life. Nobody likes a dickhead. You're alone. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy of you are a
Now,
jackass because you're a jack. No one likes you because you're a jackass. It's not the other way around.
how did Tyler take that?
Yeah, I haven't heard back from him. But no, I got really defensive, and Jay's this way with me, and I'm like, oh, it's no big deal. But I was like so mad. So mad. I was like, fuck
There's
you.
a lot of jealousy out there. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching the video, I was a little jealous too. I'm like, oh, I need to. All right. Well.
But just stop being a troll. We're all people.
No, yeah.
Remember, we're people. And people read that stuff, and it hurts their feelings. And if that's what you want to do, you're just a big piece of shit. Okay? You're just going to be a big, giant piece of shit on the internet. Then go be a piece of shit. No one thinks it's funny or interesting. Just fuck off and keep it to yourself.
Hey, I'm not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But
you're
also-
but you're a little bitch.
Sorry.
Dude, you're a little bitch.
At a level where you have more than $5,000 worth of video games, people are gonna start being like that, no matter what it is. I mean,
Bird Dog's asking if you go look. Retro Rick did an interview with Kalen where he showed off Kalen's game room. It's probably one of his more current videos.
Yeah.
So, if, go take a look on there, and you'll see. Go look in the comments section and look for my name.
Bird Dog's in our Discord.
Also,
I could tag
I,
him on it.
I love when people hide behind their screen name. Like my screen name on there is Michael Pitts. You want to find me? Come and fucking get it. I'm not hiding behind some bullshit, stupid screen name. Grow up, you fucking losers.
As the
God.
podcast gets bigger, maybe we need to stop telling people I'm out there, come and get it. But
Well, there's no worry there. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so okay, I'm off
yeah,
by
for
I'm off
the
my
record,
soapbox. I'm gonna take my headphones off for a minute because I'm hot right now. I'm hot.
Yeah, he
I need
is.
something else to drink.
Yeah.
All things considered,
And-
though, that that
Get
video,
that Ferguson button ready.
What's that?
Get that Ferguson button ready.
I don't know if it's on here anymore. Let me check and see. Mike's on his 30-minute break.
I'm always on my break.
Yeah.
I always get up when John comes on the phone because you talk to Jen.
All right.
Sorry, I was yeah, it's not on here.
But yeah, no,
But
it's
all
a great
things
video.
considered, that video was very good. Retro Rick does he does a great job. Like, I thought he was very nice. He was very kind. He was very kind to Kaylin. I thought he hyped him up pretty well. I thought it was a good video.
Rick was one of the old Instagram guys. So before he started doing videos and stuff, he was just another collector on Instagram. So I know him a bit back from those days. And it's funny because he turned into a bit of YouTube face. I hope I'm not trying to be too mean there, but it's more of it's like the personality that he has now that I interact with is not the guy that I knew back then. And it's because he has to do that for his whole thing. But I've heard good things about his show. You know, he's always really positive to everybody he kind of interacts with. And my buddy Sean, one of the guys that helps run the show here, actually rented his
We're really
basement, I
having
think.
some problems with your sound, John. Just so you know, I don't know what's going on there.
All right.
You just kind of
let me-
pixelated, sounding like a robot or a little bit. It comes and goes. But go on.
I was told I sounded great. Yeah, let me get the other microphone while I'm
You
doing
did
that.
it first. It sounded like a signal,
It's more
like
of a bandwidth
connection.
than
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's your mic.
Okay.
That's okay.
Well, let me stay here next to the computer. I pace a bit. If it goes any worse, let me know and I'll plug in the other one. So, am I on track? I did pick up some stuff. I want to like bring some of that up. I do have. I almost got the. I saw Jay on Switch playing Resident Evil, and I almost went that route, but I have the director's cut for my PS1, so I ended up doing that. Quite enjoyable. So I didn't pick up the actual digital version, but I did pick up about $800 worth of Magic cards.
I picked up about $800 worth of football cards, so we're just the same people apparently.
Well, so and I need to be clear. I picked up a couple of cases of Final Fantasy Magic cards,
Yeah.
which means they're not really worth the $800 I paid for them, because once I open them, they're worth about like, I don't know, $150.
Yes, that's exactly what new cards is, unless you catch like a $4,000 card.
Yeah.
Which
And-
you do very infrequently.
And there's none of those in the Final Fantasy set. So it's more about like I'm enjoying the experience, because I know the best thing for me to do is just go on eBay and buy the block of these are the best cards that you want. And I also want to be honest, I both love foils and hate them. I hate what it's done to like Magic specifically. Because
Yeah. So this is the same in any card trade. Like this is the same in football cards, sports cards, Magic. It's the same dance where you're like,
Mhm.
what you just said is like, yes, it would be so much better off to just go to eBay or go to CMMC or wherever and buy the signed Will Clark card that I want, and it's $40. That's no fun. Give me the $150 box of cards that I open and get $12 worth of cards and no Will Clark. I could have bought Bo Jackson and Will Clark and Ken Griffey and gotten exactly what I wanted. But no, it's gambling a lot of the times where you're like, oh, let's just scratch off tickets, $150 scratch off ticket. Maybe I win $10,000. You don't. But I'm with you. Like, you should just go buy the things that you want. Like, go buy singles. The people who can do that, I admire them. I
Or
don't. do
Yeah.
that.
Just buy them and open them with me.
Yeah. If you
Well-
don't want to get anything good, open them with Jay.
No, I got
if you want to
everything
come, if you want to come to Kansas City, I got a bunch of packs that need to be opened.
good. There you go.
No,
OW.
I don't know what that means. But
One
do
mighty
you remember?
wind.
Okay. You remember Magic back in the day? Like you could get like booster packs, which I think were like 15, or you can get the booster boxes.
Yes.
It'd be like a box of like 60 cards, and that was like it was like $15 for. All right, well,
I didn't do
all
that.
right.
That wasn't me.
I-
I'm listening. I'm in.
I was
Go.
about.
Back to
Didn't we
Magic
just
Jones.
talk about?
It's the
Joe,
same with Pokemon. It's the same with everything.
Jackson Horseman.
Bo
you
Jackson
were
Horseman?
talking about earlier.
I'd collect BoJack
Yeah.
Horseman cards.
Got him. Go on.
So I bought some Omega packs, which are like extra foily because I hate myself. But then I bought a bunch of the other normal packs. I might buy more if this addiction, kicks back up. But this is the thing. Sorry, last point about Magic cards. I have so many of them in the basement that I don't want to like look at. I've already like organized them and like put like together like decks that I want. And then I do not want to pull it out, because if I pull it out, then I have to remember the organizational system. I got to remember where they are. It's like I'd much rather just buy a new set of them.
You just described my basement right now. I have to write on these boxes, 1971 Topps football. I'll have no idea. And then I'm like, in my brain at the time, it made sense to put them in this order. When I look at them, I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
And that's why the appropriate way to keep track of your collection is by strata. You put it on the floor. And then, like, as the piles go over the years, you're like, oh wow, that's 5 years down. That's obviously going to be like Game Gear, Majesco.
This
box
is my table
nonsense.
of cards downstairs. You've just summed up my entire card collecting life right now. The boxes and piles of cards on tables. I'm like, that's this pile. Leave that pile with. I cannot if I integrate that pile to this pile, I'm not going to know what the hell these things are anymore. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's my, I love it because you're like laying down. You're like, all right, I got all my piles around me. I know what they mean today, but I won't tomorrow. So I got to finish this.
Yep.
And I watched a couple of, so obviously because I'm trying not to waste too much money, I watched a couple of like different like collector videos about what to look for. And I hate it because you just see them like, well, the first 9 cards you throw away. And then you got these other 6. These might be the ones you want. And they're throwing them in like a little.
But the good, not the real foils, the hidden foils.
So
This look on Joe Namath's face is how Jay feels right now. He's just like, what?
So moving
on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this portion of Card Collecting with Mike and John has been sponsored by...
Get off the stage!
So have you had a chance to play any games lately, John?
Yeah, so while we were talking, I just got through Slay the Spire. I'm trying to get like 10, knocking out the heart 10 times with each of the characters. I know there's a sequel coming out, so I'm getting ready for it.
All right. Have you got to play maybe the game that we are talking about tonight?
Yes. The Resident Evils.
Yes, the Residence Evils Inn.
And I think I mentioned it in the chat, but there is a demake of this. I want to think it's for Sega Genesis.
Yes,
it's worth checking out.
It's 100% true. I saw that. I forgot to mention it, but yes, there is a Sega Genesis demake of this game I have to figure out. I've got a cart. I've got the big old, whatever it's called, the Mega Drive.
What is a demake?
Yeah.
It's when they take it's when they took Earthbound and put it on Nintendo, or when they take like Metal Gear Solid and put it on the Atari or something. Like you're taking
Before the commenters descends, Earthbound Zero was actually Mother 1 that they had ported from Famicom to the NES. It wasn't a demake.
Whatever, nerd.
That's fine.
Shut up, nerd.
They're the beehive of our video game group.
So imagine that they took Gran Turismo and put it on the NES. Something like that. That would be
I have a Final Fantasy VII cart where they pretty much made the whole game in the old like NES style.
NES style.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Actually,
okay. John,
honestly, Mother 2 was essentially a remake of Mother 1, almost like Metroid. Are
there any Final Fantasy cards that have Mother remakes or demakes on them?
Not yet.
Okay, this is an untapped market. Jay,
there are mothers that are in the cards though. So I did want to talk about Resident Evil a bit if you guys got time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh man, so did you play the game? Thoughts on the game?
I played it on my PS1. My thoughts on it are, I've never actually played Sweet Home. I only recently got a copy when I got 2 copies and have to ship one to Mike. But like, I understand that this is the beginning of the new genre for the most part, but there's a lot of like feel of like what was building up to this moment. So like I think of games like Shadowgate and Tombs and Treasures has a bit of that kind of resource management and kind of like almost like you need a strategy guide to really get through it. Resident Evil isn't as bad as I remember it being, but like definitely has a little bit of that vibe. And then it has some of that FMV kind of like CD based game, like early almost tech demo feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those cutscenes are just as hilarious today as they were when I first heard them. Thinking like, not only did these people not get real voice actors, they just got some of the worst people from around the office to just be like, swing your arms around and we'll say things. And I get like, I'm guessing that the hand motions make more sense with like the Japanese dialogue, but like, and it's just some of the worst voice acting, like not even like Nintendo bad voice acting. Like this is like entertaining bad voice acting.
Is it, what is it? Is it, which game is it Popful Mail or is it Ease? Ease on the TurboGrafx has some of the worst as well. Like the Ease 1 and 2, I think is like that, where you're just like, oh, you guys just recorded this in the bathroom or something. Like,
yeah,
you found anybody to say this thing. You don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah.
When you hear that they just got the dude from Williams to do the voice of Shao Kahn or whatever,
yes.
And you're like, well, that's nuts. Like you would expect it to turn out like this, where it's just like, oh, there's a grandpa in the basement. Let's have him run some dialogue.
Let him drool all over the mic for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's anyway, I go too far.
Yes, I would agree with you.
But I really feel, and this is where like I've always thought of the first like Resident Evil as kind of rough. Also with like the tank controls. A little while ago, I ended up playing Tomb Raider on Sega Saturn and couldn't like the tank controls and just like the hopping from one ledge totally ruined it for me. But I was amazed at how with the fixed camera angles and the tank controls, it still kind of worked. Now with the director's cut, the reason why I played it is because they have that little auto aim type feature.
Oh yeah.
Makes a huge difference. I guess what I'm going with this is that I hate tank controls, but this was actually like a decent implementation of them.
It was tolerable in this game.
Yeah,
it wasn't impossible.
And I'm a little more forgiving in general because I grew up in that like era of like they're still figuring out controls, so sometimes they're just like, this is what we landed on, deal with it. Some games like made sense as to why they're doing it. Even like Nintendo's really good with this. Even modern games like Donkey Kong Bonanza, or like I won't bring up too much Nintendo 64, but there's like they have like, all right, this is your 3-dimensional set of buttons and this is your standard set of buttons. Like they really think about it. It seems like they actually thought about it a bit for this game, and it is a culmination of all those different types of games. To like, it's almost like Tombs and Treasures or a little bit of like Shadowgate, except for like it's got like, well, we have enough technology, we need to like add shooting a gun and like play around with a little bit of the gameplay element. Honestly, I think you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but if you start from I guess if you didn't mention it, but if you start from like the idea of a horror game, like the game has to be kind of centered and the story is almost secondary.
Yes.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, hey, you're in a haunted house. You don't need a story. You're scared of the ghosts or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. And to me, that makes sense. Like, it's like, it's a very Nintendo type like mindset of let's create a fun game and then we can build something around it thereafter.
Breath of the Wild.
And yeah. Well,
there's a story. It's not as good as the next one.
But they ended up building the whole story. Like there's characters in this that Jill Valentine, like the Valentines are in like future games. I don't really know the lore that well, but like it makes sense to me that they had kind of built up from this. So I guess what I'm saying is
Valentine too.
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay, is that a wrestling joke?
It actually was.
Yeah, okay.
I can't make many of them, but I made that one.
All right, well. But no, so I think a lot of this came back to me. There were a couple of puzzles where it took me a little bit to like remember what was going on. I don't like having the internet to just be able to like, what do I do here makes a huge difference.
Yes.
But no, it's you can see how a genre essentially like started from it. And it does make me feel a little like upset as to how lazy game developers can be. That like in the PlayStation era, people were like, all right, we're gonna figure this out. Parappa the Rappa had like specific like controls. I'm trying to think of others, but
1996 game.
there you go. Yeah. So there's a lot of games where like they were just trying to figure stuff out, and at some point they're just like, oh, we'll just make one of those.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Flappy Bird? Like, why are we not just making Flappy Bird all the time?
Just make the arcade racer and get the hell out of my face. Make a bowling game and leave.
After the Magic the Gathering talk, we'll talk about U.S. pension. At one point, I was on a cell phone group of people that were supposed to come up with ideas for applications to gamify, like having like a pension tracker. Which made no sense because I'm defined benefit and like that's more of like a 401k situation. But like
was that piloted in Japan as Biohazard the operations?
It was a biohazard, that's for sure. Just they like this whole conversation. I'm kidding.
They always loved my ideas, but they're like, we can't implement any of them. One of mine was because I love, life contingencies and, actual mathematics that, is like deals with mortality.
You're losing like, people in droves here, by the way. Well,
wait until you hit the I was like, well, we can add different mortality tables in addition to like, the standard IRS, 417E tables everybody loves. I was like, we could do a zombie table, like, throw in some negative numbers there, like some like questionable, like plus I, where we're like, not really dead, not really alive. You got a non-Boolean situation.
You've lost everybody, including me, John.
There's several people that are really enjoying. No. Anyway, so
no, they haven't logged off because they all fell asleep.
But this is where I was going with all this.
Stopped.
Everybody was asleep. The guy running it kept saying, "We need to create something like Angry Birds." And the whole time I'm just like, it's the stupid pet rock argument, right?
I don't want a derivative at work of Angry Birds.
And so that's what's funny is like playing through the original Resident Evil, I'm seeing a lot of like the things that I liked about like later horror games that maybe sometimes just got like washed out. Yeah, overused. Yeah, exactly. And it's like and then some that dog's jumping through the window, that's like the one
scare, yeah.
It's like an amazing jump scare in that
but you can't replicate that. You can't replicate that. You don't just make your own version of it. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm saying is having the idea of we want to create an Angry Birds isn't the genius thought. The genius thought is like having like the structure and kind of a cohesive kind of idea that is so good that people can rip off for years, including your own company. For like, I don't know, the last couple of games I've heard are not the best, but that RE4 remake is supposed to be like amazing and plays around with the expectations a lot. So I guess
God,
all right. You want to talk more about the 417E? Like they moved over to the PRI tables with a two-dimensional scale improvement. Everybody's confusing dynamic with generational, but it's really not too. Yeah. So most companies use dynamic tables, but in a static way also, which confuses.
John, what was your score of the game?
Oh, sorry. Which game?
The Flappy Bird, right?
Pension, yeah.
Angry Birds. No, not the Angry Bird. Angry Bird. Resident Evil.
I do think so. Here's where my waves grading these doesn't make a lot of sense. I honestly think that.
God, John, if we get on Flappy Bird again.
Well, if you really think about it, Flappy Birds is kind of no.
John, grade.
They have it at Dave and Buster's. 4. I really think.
Get off the stage!
I'm right on the border with 4 and 4.5. I think everybody should play it. I could move it up, but I think there are limitations. I do think the tank controls could really kind of be a little better, and I really don't like the puzzles. That's the last piece of the kind of like tech demo feel that I could prefer to maybe let go.
So a 4, got it.
Yeah, 4.
Just joking, John.
No, that's fine. Hey, commit to the bit, man. Don't.
4.0, almost a 4.5. We're gonna, what we are is we're very close to the end of the year where we reassess. I have some ideas of some games I'm gonna reassess on.
Well, I was thinking about that from you were talking earlier about who does the year review or game of the year in March. We did our annual review last year in March.
That is a valid point. I shouldn't point fingers so often.
that's true.
Who does their game of the year review in March? I don't know who does their year in review in March.
I think on that
Same
note,
people, lazy people is the answer.
Maybe they were going business fiscal years, not annual.
Exactly. My fiscal year ends in April 1st. Anyway.
I love when you can tell that they kind of phoned in a review. At least they waited till they actually played the game to do the review.
That's fair.
Some of those old game magazines, you could tell somebody picked it up and says, all right, it's a potato on a skateboard. I know what's going on.
Yeah, speaking of which, we're calling Robbie in a minute. So
4.0.
All right. Well, yeah.
A potato on a skateboard. 4.0. This was the look on his face when he graded this game.
Said a
All right.
potato on a skateboard. I'm gonna ask
Let's-
ChatGPT to mash up the lead singer of Sea of Shit with the potato on the skateboard.
Let's just
Love it.
Let's just move on.
John, where can people find you?
The Black Void after you hang up.
Okay.
Perfect.
After that, maybe where?
Retro Game Enthusiast on the Instagrams.
That was Retro
also-
Game Enthusiast. You came through a little pixelated.
Uh-oh.
You
Yeah,
walked away from the computer again.
must be. And then thanks. Whatever on the Lost Joystick Network Discord. I'll be trolling throughout the chats.
You can get to that by going to www.patreon.com/Lost Joystick Network and signing up to come hang out with us on Discord with people like Retro Game Enthusiast John Young. If you want to talk about IRS Form 417B
No.
and
E
how-
D.
I'm sorry, D.
B.
And
No.
I'm still learning. And Flappy Bird,
No.
then that's the place to go. So with that, it was very nice talking to you, John. Never call us again. So
It was great having you back, John.
Kidding.
You were missed last episode. For
Oh.
me. You and
I
Robbie
missed it
both.
too.
You
Yeah, I
guys
always
didn't
miss the D.
much, but and with that,
It
Wow.
burns.
yes, it burns. That was the Flappy Bird extraordinaire, the numbers guy. I don't even know what to say. Mr. Famicom Box himself, because that's what Tyler says I have to call him. Retro game enthusiast, John Young. John, thank you. And that was a hilarious little bit there.
all right, let's call Robbie.
Oh boy. Look, we got a holiday cake.
Yeah, do that. Sure.
What's up?
And now, the zombie grip king of Chicago and tank control fan number 1. You know him as 8-Bit Supremacy, but we know him as Robbie Coleman, who is 8-Bit Supremacy. All right, Robbie, are you ready? We're going rapid fire.
Yeah, tank controls are fine. They
Okay.
have not aged well. I like the game. It means a lot to me. I give it a 4. See you later.
Oh, oops, wrong button.
Sweet. That was Journey to Silius. Put that one back on.
You know him as 8-Bit. Anyway. Oh my God,
No,
John, I love you,
yeah.
but I had to cut you off tonight, man. It's
Yeah, that
already
was-
late.
that was-
I'm cooked.
that was
We've been doing
wild.
this 2.5 hours, and I know Jay. Jay's the long goodbye. I didn't have time for the long goodbye tonight. I couldn't do it. You're the long goodbye, buddy.
Okay. First off,
You're right.
you were Captain. Yeah, let's keep talking about Flappy Birds and actuary
wasn't.
numbers and blah, 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 blah.
I was trying to walk him out the door, and you're like, "No, put your coat down. Sit
You kept
down.
bringing it up.
Bring it up. I'm trying to get him out of here." No offense to you, John. We love
So
you.
yeah,
Robbie,
so
I can't- Robbie,
so
I
Robbie,
can't
you said
anymore.
a
Resident
4?
Evil, right?
Yes. No, I'm kidding. We love
All right.
John. All
So
right.
this game was huge when it came out, culturally significant. I loved it. I specifically faked sick to skip school to stay home and play not this one, but the sequel, but all three of them I played through. I just loved the whole trilogy at the time.
One of
And
us. One of us.
yeah, I mean, I haven't actually gone back to them since that time, but they're like frozen in time for me, and I love those memories of playing through each and all three of those. I did buy that Resident Evil 2 remaster on PS5. I haven't even opened it yet, but plan to dive into it this winter. But the
Harrison
first one,
loved
yeah,
it. He loved 2 and 3, by the way. He'd
that's
never
awesome.
played the other
That's
ones.
two is my favorite, hands down. I remember like really just loving that one the most.
3's the
but-
one that has Mr. X in it or whatever, right?
yeah,
And it's
or,
haunting
yeah,
you.
whatever it
He
is.
hated. He was terrified of that game. Which is what
Yeah,
you
I didn't
want.
like it as much. Yeah, but
Glad, so
it's good. They're all good. They're all great. They're all great. But 2 is like the one that really hit the mark for me, and that's why I stayed home and skipped school to play and stuff. Because I had a rental from Blockbuster, and I was like, shit, man, I have no chance of beating this before I have to return it unless I totally skip
2
school to
has
play it
Mr.
all
X.
day.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm a little rusty on my lore, but 1, yeah, it's great. I mean, it was a whole new genre. Like it was a whole new way to game, and I was like, it was just new at the time. I was like, this is something completely different than I'm used to, because I'm up until that point for me it was just like all side-scrolling 2D shit, and this was like the 3D jump that I actually liked, because
Right,
most of it I was
'cause you
like,
hated,
ugh,
yeah.
this sucks.
Yep.
I mostly hated it. I like this, and I like Twisted Metal 2 a lot, and I was like, that little era of PS1 is very special to me.
But not
It's all kind of like
Castlevania 64.
Oh God.
No, garbage game.
Yes.
Total garbage.
All right.
4.
Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about all the games I like on PS1, but this falls into that early PS1
Yeah.
titles that stood out and made a big impact and caused so many people to want a PS1.
Yep.
Like the software, like the titles are we're getting people on board.
Yep.
And
And
yeah,
Nintendo saw that.
that's
and
all I got.
panicked.
Yeah, oh, they had every right to, because it was Sony was dominating. But they were also cranking out like a million garbage games as well. But they're you find the good ones, you're set.
There's plenty of shovelware out there. Yeah.
A lot of bullshit. But I don't know what else I got to say about it. It was great. It was scary. I don't know. We had a Silent Hill episode, kind of similar vibes. That one didn't hit me as well as this did.
I get it. Different type.
I really
of game.
like different type of game. That I don't remember really having a great problem with the tank controls back then. Again, I haven't revisited
You
it.
adapt.
I remember, yeah, it's slow and clunky. It's fine, but the zombies are slow enough. And you're like, whatever.
Well,
You
John
can
talked-
slowly turn and shoot.
John did talk in all seriousness about the tank controls, and they weren't as bad on Resident Evil. On Tomb Raider,
Right.
they sucked because you had to do
Oh
things
my god,
where you had to
we're gonna talk about
jump,
Tomb Raider.
and then it would turn,
Ugh.
and it's like you're fucked all of a sudden. Where at least here
So
you
when-
can still kind of recoup yourself. Like you're
You
never
can
in-
reacclimate, but you got to do it quickly sometimes.
Yeah, but you're never in a scenario where it's like, oh,
Instant death.
I'm going to die now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
immediately.
turn the right way after the camera changed and I didn't know it.
Yeah. So Mike called me up to talk about what game we were going to do for this episode, and he was like, "Oh, we're doing 1996, if I remember correctly." And he was like, "Here," and I looked up all the games that came out, like the popular ones, and Tomb Raider is on that list. And I was like, "We could do Tomb Raider," because I got that game for Christmas that year,
And we
played through it, and I never touched it again because I begrudgingly played through it because I'm like, "Well, I own this, and now I have to. It's just what I have, so I'm playing through it." But I don't like that. That one did not age well. I don't have a special place in my heart for it. Resident
the
Evil will
same
always be
opinion.
awesome.
Yeah, we had the same
Yeah.
opinion of Tomb Raider, kind of like
And
the same
the
opinion of
controls
Resident Evil.
suck. That's what made me go on this tangent. Like you were just talking about. Those controls did not. They're you don't get used to them. They just suck.
No,
It's just
I
a bummer.
agree.
Yeah. So I'm glad we did not do that. I'll still talk about Tomb Raider if you guys ever do on a Tomb Raider episode, but like all I got is my one experience with it. Sorry. So not gonna talk about taxes. Not gonna talk about Flappy Bird. Yeah, that's right. No snooze face for me. I got the regular
I
regular
think
smiley face guy.
I'm
He's
channeling your
guessing
score.
So yeah. All in all, I give it a 4. And I'm gonna make a little a PSA here. If anyone has a long box of the original art, the long box version of this game, I want it. I have the jewel case version that I just gotten a lot, and it's fine. It's just it's like not that much different, but I just kind of ultimately want that long box launch version of this game that
There's 2
Mike's holding
Hey,
up.
look at your screen.
You
There's
should
two
talk to him
copies?
about it. Yeah.
I
should have
just
sent me
bought
that
one.
instead of that
You
fucking
don't
Game
remember?
and Watch.
Oh, you weren't probably on when he was bitching at me about it, ruining his
just
jokes.
I just bought one at the Detroit Retro Game Show because I was like, well, I have one, but
You got to deal with that in D.
I paid list for that, and you'll see what that is.
Oh.
I got a break on D, but that was at list price essentially. And
So you have two of them.
I would happily sell it or trade it to you.
Cool.
I will tell you exactly what I paid for it, which was $125. That was exactly what I paid.
Yeah,
for
it's that's the going rate.
Yep.
Going rate.
And
so.
it has
It's
some
Or it's a little under.
indentations, like when it looks like on the back, but you could probably lift those out now.
It's a little sun fadey from here. If I'm looking at it compared to the
Is
other
it really?
ones, on the front cover. I don't know
I think
compared to
it's
what
just
I'm
the
seeing
ink-
here.
No, I think this one's just a lighter print. This one's darker. I'm gonna have to
likely
look.
story.
Look at them, Jay. You tell me. This one looks a little bit cooler. No, seriously. If you look at them,
Okay.
the one on the left, the new one, has like a clearer print, and the other one looks like it has more ink in it or something. Like it was a deeper. Look in the bottom right. Look at the Capcom logos on them. See, these are variants. I can't get rid of
You're
it.
saying
It's
it's
a
a
variant.
reproduction. You're just trying to pass
It's
off a
early
reproduction.
production. I don't know which one is which.
It does. This one doesn't look sun.
It's not sun faded. It looks sharper.
All right. Maybe it's just the light from when you're
Well, I'll
holding it up
send you a
on
picture
the
so you can see
stream.
what I mean.
That's
But, yeah,
cool.
Jay's gonna do it now. But yeah, that's funny you say that because I literally bought it and I was like, why am I buying this? And it was really to get a break.
How many
on
screws?
Yeah, but I'm like, screw it. I'll take it to Midwest and sell it for what I paid for or whatever. I don't care.
Just hold on to it till then. I'll grab it. I don't need
Fine.
it. It's not urgent, but
Yeah, I'm not in
I'll
any rush.
sell my jewel case version once I get the long box one. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I got the jewel case one in a lot for probably nothing. I don't remember. Just at some point.
The funny check how many screws are on the disc. He says. So the funny part is one of the things that attracted me to it was nice. That top panel on all those ridged
it's always
edges,
torn.
they pop
And, like,
up.
flip.
And this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
hasn't. It looks like it's gonna a little bit, but
Nice.
honestly, I put a little bit of like there's a specific kind of glue they say to use to do it. I just glued mine back down because I
Archival.
don't give a shit. I'm like, I'm not gonna ever
Yeah.
get this thing graded. Who cares? And no one's gonna be able to tell if I glue
I
it back
just
down or
want
not.
a nice
It's not gonna
shelf
seep through
copy
like
of that,
clean
man.
shit. Yeah.
Like I have a Twisted Metal
gotcha.
one that looks like that, and it's nice. And
Great
it's just,
minds.
those long boxes are great.
You'll
yeah,
like the one that I have.
I do want it. I will say, that's all I got to say about Resident Evil. Really, I don't have any other memories. We talked about the dog jump scare. It was a big deal at first, but yeah, good game. It's like
4.0.
special game. Yeah, 4.0. I would like to briefly just talk about how positive an experience I had at the recent Let's Go Retro convention in Orland Park. Kalen came out, and also EA came out. Eric Vostel.
Eric, what's there?
They were fighting over table space on my table because I'm pretty sure I accidentally promised them both that come on over, put some games on my table, and there was not enough room for both of them. So Eric got there first, put his stuff down, sold some stuff. Then Kalen was selling some stuff. He was hanging out. I gave Kalen his gigantic completed box Miracle Piano.
And that
Miracle
picture
Piano
of him for
that I
those
had.
on the Discord is just perfect.
Yeah. Everyone go look in the Discord. The accessory is so massive it makes him look like a 3-foot tall dwarf.
It's hilarious. Yep. It's great.
He's excited about that. I'm excited to get it out of my apartment because I actually took that thing out and opened it up and played it during one of those COVID lockdown days in 2020. And I've never touched it since, and I just keep moving it around into my way. So I'm like, you know what? He wants it. He's Mr. CIB,
He's
the notorious CIB or whatever the fuck you want to call him, and he can have that burden now, the giant piano. He can have it. I also will say that that video that you're talking about showcasing Kalen's collection was phenomenal, and when I saw it, I just realized I'd known Kalen for many years now, and I had no idea what his collection looked like. I just didn't.
We were talking about
I
this.
just laughed. I would always see all the garbage he'd be buying at the cons, like the GBC shovelware sports games completed box. I'm like, why are you buying that shit? He's like, I don't know, I don't have it. But I never saw it all like at home on shelves or anything. So it was nice to see all that.
Well, it dawned on me because I was like, how have you never been in his basement? We go every year. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, you Apu the convention every year. You show up, you're there for an hour. And you leave. But you got to come hang and just go to the basement.
I know, dude. I just can't do
It's a cool place.
stuff.
We go there and hang out.
I want to, but I just can't do any of that stuff because I'm always on a time crunch because I have to take care of my senior dog. So it's just my life. I'm tethered to that. And
Fucking
I
bring Michael
and
with
see,
you.
in,
Let's party. Give him a
I
burger.
do. That'd be
We'll
nice.
go to that burger.
Yeah,
Fucking
we'll
nice.
get him a Cobb's burger. He'll be chilling.
I do want to go check out his collection, and I do agree with you that the people on the comments are fucking dicks. And I think a lot of those people that were having something to say about Kalen's demeanor on that episode are just these like fucking new school collectors who are just like expect a certain type of personality out of anything they see on the internet that pertains to retro video games, and I think that's all been laid out by like angry video game nerd and people of the like. So they just have this like expectation like you gotta be some like zany
No.
retro game
You know what you
guy
need?
who like
You need
and
zip.
full
You need
of personality.
zazz.
You need
Zork.
zazz. You need zip. Yeah. So
Marianne's
Kalen's
better.
not that.
Marianne's better.
Kalen is not that because he's been doing this for 30 plus years, and he's just
Yeah, you don't get ruler rolls for $20
not
today.
no, and he's not excited about the new hidden gem or whatever. I don't mean to be
Zip, zazz,
sound like
Zork.
an old.
Zork.
I don't mean to sound like a. I don't mean to sound like a cranky old timer myself, but it's just. I think that's just what it boiled down to. With
Old man.
It was a
yells
good
at
video.
YouTube.
It was a good video, and Kalen said he refuses to ever watch it because he doesn't like being on camera, and he didn't. He said he was kind of nervous about doing the whole
he's
thing.
gonna
But
be
I think
on camera
I
when
think
he
it
gets
turned
here.
out well. I think it turned out well, honestly.
Good.
Anyway, so yeah, convention was cool. Shanks came out, Jeffers came out, and he bought the Game & Watch that you pawned off on me,
Pawned off.
marriage proposal style at the baseball game, as you put it. I'm just joking. That was a welcome trade. I just Mike, for the record, if anyone's listening, Mike was so concerned that he called me the next day. He's like, "Hey man, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I just want to make sure you're okay with that Game & Watch."
I did feel bad because I literally, as I said, it was like this is like being asked to get married on a at a sporting event.
Yeah.
So I was being a bit presumptuous, but also I was like, look, I know this is worth more than what I'm going to give you. I don't think this is going to be a
Yeah.
hard thing to sell.
No, it
you were
wasn't a
talking
hard
about
sell.
sending you something cool. It's small, even if you didn't
It was
sell it.
fine.
It wasn't some giant like miracle piano. Here, sell
Oh,
the
dude.
miracle piano in a box. I just got rid of this thing. Like, what the hell? Nobody buys it. But I did feel bad. So I'm glad that it all worked out. The thing I am most frustrated about is our friends didn't just buy it from me when I had it for sale. Then I would have
Oh
just given
really?
you the
Was he
monies.
Was he tuning into the Whatnot stream when you had it
it's
at one
okay.
point?
It was a very arbitrary.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
Just kidding. I'm just
Well, I think it was one of those things where it was in front of his face, and he kept walking by my table every like 20 minutes, and then picking it back up and just spinning it around and looking at it and very intently. I was like, I think you want that, right? He's like, I think I do. That's like kind of how he said it too,
Yeah.
and I was like,
And what do you
dude,
say about the battery cover?
oh, he assumed that you like were labor intensively trying to find the right sheen of green color to like match it, but I was like,
I
I
printed
don't
it
know.
one time.
You probably just printed it out.
Printed.
That means
I
you're
found
just
the right color.
that means you're a
and printed it
pro.
once, and it worked.
That means you're a pro.
I
then.
did my research. You measured twice, cut once.
That's right.
Anyway,
That's right.
well, good man. All right, 4.0. Fantastic.
That's all I got.
All right.
Yeah. So, anyone want to find me on the internet somewhere? I'm on the Discord here. 8-Bit Supremacy. I can tell Mike wants me to get off the show. So, see you later, guys. Don't worry about any other credentials.
You gotta talk.
That was the long-winded king of Chicago. He's not. And Zelda Game & Watch Grip King #1 and seller. 8-Bit Supremacy, Robbie. Come on, everybody.
Not bad.
So tired. I'm so tired. We're almost there. We're in the home stretch. All right. No Sashimi Z review. When we get one, we'll read it. Okay? I can finally find this Discord. Oh, man. Yeah, you can. You can find it. You go to www.patreon.com/Lost Joystick Network. Sign up. We'll get you a link immediately. We'll get you in the Discord. We'll see you there, Cap 007.
Longbox, Windy City.
Longbox, Windy City. Jay,
Mike?
what'd you think of Resident Evil? And give me your score in a manner in which I can represent it with the 3D printed GamePro face here.
Put that one away.
That's a no?
Put that one away.
That's a no.
Put that one away.
Ooh, there's only 2 left.
I know. Which one will it be?
I have a feeling I know.
Should probably talk to the microphone.
I have a feeling I know which one it's going to be.
You don't.
Can I
don't know if you know.
guess? Ready?
I mean, you can.
I'm gonna show you which one I think it is. I'm gonna drop the one I don't think it is. Okay, I only have one in my hand now. See, you can't hold two in one hand. It's not legal in the state.
Okay.
So this is the one I think.
So, funny story. I've honestly never played this game until now.
Wow.
I've played the other games. I've played Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 is fun. I actually like it too. Resident Evil 2 was probably my favorite out of the ones I played. I played that. I played Village. I played 4.
4 was my favorite.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually got the Resident Evil 2 remake. I still haven't played it yet either. But I got it because Robbie showed it when he picked it up, and I was like, "Oh shit, I got to get that." So I got Resident Evil 2.
I can't believe you didn't play this over at my house ever.
No,
Back
never
then. That's
have.
so weird because we were playing Tekken.
Yeah,
We were playing Tekken.
but I have not played it on original. I did not play it on the
Sure.
PlayStation.
You played it?
I downloaded the remake that was on
The
Switch
Origins collections?
because it was actually
HD remaster?
it was just it's just it wasn't it wasn't the full collection. It was just Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And it's the remake, which from what I've seen video wise from the original to this, it's done really, really well. Like it looks really good. And it played good. Like it was fun. Like I said, I got stuck in the very beginning.
Yeah, that
because
was
I
funny.
didn't.
You're like this fucking guy, I can't kill it. I'm like, you're supposed to run. Oh, I see now.
Yeah, and then I ran from him, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this
Cool.
makes more sense."
Yeah, this is.
Then everything else started to kind of fall into place there, and I was like, "Okay, I got to pick and choose what I'm doing here."
Yes.
But no, it was honestly it was fun. I would definitely. I'm jumping ahead because one of the questions we have is should you play it? I would 100% say yes.
Okay.
And I think it is because it is such a groundbreaking game.
Yep. That's also generally pretty good.
Yeah, and I think it's because for me that was big too because it was so different of a game from everything else that's groundbreaking where you take like fighting games and they have 3D games or they had sidestepping, whatever. Or they
You could throw a fireball in the air.
Yeah, like things like that, but this was new. This was uncharted
There was nothing
territory.
like it,
Yeah,
yes.
nothing like it. And it spawned so many games similar to it throughout the years.
Yep.
And a number of really great other games in the series and movies and TV shows that apparently are
Books and comics
Yeah,
and
literally
toys.
everything.
There's Resident Evil 4 toys of Jill and Chris Redfield and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that stuff. That just goes to show how much restraint I have.
Yeah.
I think.
So I'm gonna jump right to my score, and I think people are probably gonna freak out. And you might want to queue up a thing there. I don't know if you will or not. I'm gonna give this a pretty good score. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna go 4-5.
Oh shit! Ah!
I really, really like this game. It was really fun.
Man, I was hoping you would say 5 because I had this in my hand and I was gonna go. But that's all right.
No.
We should have planned it better. 4.5. All right. I like it. 4.5. I'm just going to assume Shishimi Z gave it a 5.
Why is the juice next to all those Resident Evil titles?
Because he's on the list.
I'm like, the juice? What are you talking about?
This-
Like,
if you were paying attention earlier,
is there
I
some
had
Sunny D over here?
I had a
What am
total
missing?
fucking grip on some football cards I'm going to talk to you about. And in it were some little posters that got packed in with the packs. When you opened them in 1971, the person kept all of them. And old Juice was in it. That was his second year. And I was like, oh, this is going up in the bedroom. Look at that guy. Wouldn't hurt a fly. If he did it, I can't even imagine.
Wouldn't hurt
if
a
he did
fly.
it.
Nope, sure wouldn't.
He's up there in heaven right now with Charlie Kirk. And
Is he dead now?
OJ died, yeah.
Did he?
Oh, yeah, OJ's dead.
Holy shit, I didn't realize that. Oh, that was probably like this year, wasn't it?
I think it was last year, maybe. Like it's been within the last 12 months, I'd
Now
say.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah, OJ died and Gordon Lightfoot both.
And Gordon Lightfoot.
2 days ago, it was the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Sad.
Yeah, I didn't care about that.
Yeah, you got to get on Facebook more.
Oh shit, he died a year ago.
Yeah.
9 days before my birthday a year ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a while ago.
Jesus, I didn't realize.
Wait,
he was dead.
that's why OJ's on there because
Yeah.
he was part of the grip, along with Joe Willie Namath. Look at that haircut; his hair is everywhere.
Do you think
He's no Johnny Unitas.
if there's like an afterlife, do you think he told Nicole and Kato he was sorry? Not Kato.
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman, that's his name. He was like, my bad.
They're like, oh, I'm losing my head over here. Anyway.
Anywho. But
Okay.
yes, I did. I liked it.
Okay.
Liked it a lot.
That's awesome. All right.
You're up. Last but not least, it's your turn, Pitts.
I'm going to filter through. Jay, I want you to pick of these how you think I will score this game. I will not look.
You're not looking?
I'm not looking.
I can't take it because you'll know which one I take.
Damn it! Oh, you're right. What if I mix them up?
Can I just take the whole
Just
set?
take the whole thing. Yeah, so, it was pretty funny, actually. I was thinking to myself, I will know. He's right.
Okay, I got the one in my hand that I think you're going to pick.
Okay. Should I start with the score or should I tell people what I think?
Tell people what you think.
This game was. I very much was looking forward to this game. It was. I'm trying to just even think of what to say. Like, I'm trying to put myself back there, but also here today. Having played it again recently and having played it back then, this was like, I don't really like, and I've mentioned this before, I'm sure, I don't really like horror movies.
Yeah.
I don't like gratuitous gore. I enjoy like Romero horror movies where most of it's up here, right? Like Silent Hill is a lot of that too, where it's like, I don't have to see somebody's face melting to know that they melted and burned up or whatever it is. Okay. I don't love this. It sticks with me a little bit too much, but if it's done right, like something like Shaun of the Dead, it's funny. Okay. If it's around parody, I can kind of deal with it or whatever. But in general, like, it's probably why I like the Of the Dead movies more than like Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, because they do have some of that like overt, gratuity, gross, gore type stuff in it. And that's fine. I can deal with it. I just don't necessarily prefer it. So that part was always like, okay, why do I like this so much when I don't really like the movies that much? And I don't know. I pretty much got this game when it came out. I was very excited for it. I enjoyed it a great deal. It was when I got back into collecting, if I had to guess, I would have to go back and look at, because I bought my copy, this long box copy that's sitting here in the box protector. I paid $55 for it on eBay, and that was pre-COVID. I'm going to guess that was right when I started to collect again, like winter of 2019, or like January of 2019. Like that's when I really started to collect again, or at least go get the things I wanted. And this was at the top of my list. I was like, I want a long box Resident Evil for the PS1. The one I had, right? Like that's what I wanted. And then you play it today and you're like, it's hard to move around and it's limited. And it's like, oh God, I got to find a fucking typewriter to save my progress. And I hate like playing for an hour and dying because you're like running for your life.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, I've got to fucking run for my life. And you go to open the door and the fucking zombie bites you before you can open the door. And if you'd made it, you'd have been fine. But now it's like, oh, I don't even remember how I fucking got here in the first place. There's nothing I hate more than that in video games. I just, it drives me nuts. I'm torn. I'm legitimately torn. I'm trying to figure out if I do this or if I do this. And I realize I can't do this. If I'm going to go with a 5, you can't give it any higher than a 5. So if I'm at 5, I'd need it to go to 11, and it can't go to 11, so it's a 5 for me. This game is a 5.0, and I know you have to have a 5.0 in here. Yes, thank you very much. I would give Resident Evil 2 a 5 as well, and 3. I would not give Survivor a 3, but a 5. Yeah, I can't not give this game a 5. Nope. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I did not come into this to give it a 5 at all. I didn't think I would. But the more I read about what the intent behind all those things are and how they delivered on what they were trying to accomplish with the game, made me feel very good about that, going, okay, that's exactly the position I was in. You've instilled that fear into me by doing that thing. The things that you did were intentional. And we went back and I watched Sweet Home, right? Sweet Home is the influence of the Sweet Home game. And in turn, that was a huge influence on this game, along with Alone in the Dark and all that stuff. But you can see it. Like, there are scenes, and it's funny, if you go play this game today, those pre-rendered areas, as you walk through them, some people would say, oh, it looks kind of cheesy or detached from the whatever. It just doesn't feel cohesive. But it feels like a movie. If you're in a scene in a movie, that your surroundings don't really move. If you're in a house, the stairway is where it is, the room, you just have to, the person will walk through it, and that's kind of what it felt like. When I watched some of those scenes from that movie, I don't think were directly lifted, but they were a heavy influence on what they were trying to accomplish from a gameplay perspective. And they did it. And like I said, the more I read about what their intent was and how well I feel like they delivered on that, I couldn't not give it a 5. I really thought I was going to give it like a 4 before I watched the movie and read and did all the research and all that stuff. And the more I pieced it all together, I was like, it's so rare that you come in like Friday the 13th, where it was like, we have this great idea, but you never flesh them out. They actually did. Yeah. They actually did, and they wanted it to be harder. They wanted you to feel like you were panicking, that you had to save, and that you're running for your life sometimes, and that you didn't know what to do, and you were disoriented and all these things. And I feel like they did that. So it's a 5. Also, look at all the games on the table. Look around you. How could I have not given this game a 5?
Yeah, what do we got? 1.
Like, I bought another copy of the game because it was there. I was like, it's like a record that I love, where I'm like, if I see a record that I love, like if I saw Siamese Dream and I was out at a store, I'd be like, I buy it.
You have 10 copies of Resident Evil.
Yeah. How many of them are the same? Just 2, though.
Yeah.
But I don't even have, and we're going to get to collecting in a moment.
I feel like if we dig, we could probably find a couple more copies around here somewhere.
Oh, probably. But anyway, I'll have one less come Midwest Gaming Classic, and I'm glad.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll send you pictures, Robbie. But this one I just feel like is
a picture. It almost looks like the one you have is oversaturated.
That's what I mean. I agree.
All the print is a little
deeper.
If you look at it too, it's a little blurry, like it's overprinted.
Yeah, 10 copies bad, dudes.
Yeah,
it's a 5.0. Also, the theme song would make a perfect introduction song for somebody, I think. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to put my score in our spreadsheet, and I'm going to put yours in here, which I thought you were going to go 5.0. I thought for a second there, I was thinking, oh, man. And we're just going to tell you that
there were a couple opportunities.
I'm just going to say 5.0.
But I liked it. It was that's
all there is to it. All right.
I still gave it the second highest score.
Should you play it?
Didn't I? No.
Yes, you did.
You gave 5.
4. Well, I put 5 for Sashimi Z because he's getting whatever score I give him because it's my fault here. Should you play it? The answer is a resounding yes. Yeah. How? I'd say, like Jay said, grab the Origins, the HD remaster, remake, whatever, on Switch for $10. Play a modern version of this game. You do not have to play the PS1 version unless you want to get it to also collect it. And we're about to get to what that looks like from a price perspective.
I don't know, honestly, if it's still available for $10 on Switch. It said it expired yesterday, so that would have been November 11th. But I don't know if they raised the price. I have not went back.
The day after the 50th anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. 29 lives were lost that day in Lake Superior, just 15 miles from Whitefish Bay.
You know one that should have? The fucking helicopter pilot from this movie. Or game.
Shit. Fuck Brad Vickers.
That son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. Okay, so we're going to get to collecting. We're going to talk a little bit about what this game costs. Now, I'm going to start by saying this. We're going to go over all the PlayStation versions, plus Saturn and GameCube, okay? But I'm going to start with this. All the PlayStation versions are different, but the same, okay? So let me show you what I mean here. This is SLUS 0170. This is SLUS 0170. These two are exactly the same, right? You've got Resident Evil Long Box, Resident Evil Jewel Case. Not always the case, but the discs are theoretically exactly the same, okay? All the other ones have their own versions of the disc because they are all actually different versions of the game. And there goes that. But they're all like $25 to $30 loose, all of them, including the greatest hits, which I'll get to. So you've got, I'm going to start here from, this is ridiculous. This is like the most iterative version of a game on the PlayStation. I swear to God, there's nothing else like this. The long box version is the original release. Ridged long box. It has the paper flap that folds over the top. Those come unglued. If you're going to buy it, to me, that's the version to have.
Yeah.
Like Robbie said, if you're going to get it, you want this one. The long box, ridged. And like I said, these on the top, you can see a little bit here where it's like, okay, maybe it's a little moving a little bit. If that ever does release, you get some tacky glue. You use a very, very little bit. You put it, a couple dots on there, push it down. Mine's been down for 6 years. Never had a problem. It's not going to seep through. It's not going to create any kind of goop through it. I don't care if people don't like it. I don't want the top of the box flapping up. I don't need a Wario Woods situation where every fucking copy is like that. Now, that's different, but this I would, whatever. But complete in box, this version is about $125 now. Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
But it's exactly what the price tag was on it when I bought it from the guy.
A week ago.
Yeah, use the tacky glue. There's like this little purple bottle with like, I think it's a white or gold nozzle, and you just use a little bit of it. Like put it on your finger almost and just run it across that paper and just hold it down for like 30, 45 seconds. It'll stay. It will not penetrate through the paper. Like I said, look at that copy of mine. I did it. I mean, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I did it, I'd say 6 years ago at this point, and that's what people recommended. I did my research on all that stuff. I don't like to alter stuff in its original state that much, but if you're going to glue something down so it stays down, who gives a shit?
I don't think you're altering it though.
Yeah, some people would say you are. Some people would say you are. Okay,
Yeah, they'll
$125
also
bucks.
Talk shit about Kalen and
Yeah.
because they're jealous of his collection so far.
Yeah, they're stupid. $125. Get this copy, just like Robbie said. Like I said, this is what he wants. This is what you should want if you're buying a copy for the PlayStation. Now, if you hate long boxes, what I would suggest is the jewel case version of the exact same thing. Same artwork, our Brad Ankwitz or whatever, I forget his last name, artwork. Okay. Then you've got the long box, the jewel case. Then you've got the director's cut. There's two versions of the director's cut. Actually, three, but there's two black label versions. There's the single disc, which I do not have here. That's the only one I'm missing. I thought I had it. I may have it somewhere.
Probably have it somewhere.
And then there's the 2-disc version, which is the dual shock support is generally how it's regarded. But the second disc is just a demo disc of Resident Evil 2 because they were
Delaying.
stalling.
They're stalling. to
They're
get-
like,
to
we
get
are
it out."
not ready to put it out yet. Here's a taste of it, folks. Buy the director's cut with this dual shot. Here's another version of the same thing. It's like Taco Bell. It's all the same ingredients, essentially, just minor differences. Well, we grilled this one with cheese. That's the director's cut. You know, it's this, that. Like, they all have lettuce and cheese and fucking sour cream and beef.
But that was because there was a to-do on 2 because they were dragging their feet with it.
Yeah, they were trying to get it done. It wasn't getting done. So they finally, like, we'll put a demo. But yeah, so you've got two black label director's cut, the single disc without the demo disc and without dual shock support. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's the analog thumbsticks on the PlayStation 1, which they did not come with originally. And then there's the 2-disc, which has that Resident Evil 2 disc, the demo disc. Now, prices on those. The jewel case version. We talked about the long box at $125. Jewel case is $85. I remember this was always like $40 to $50. Then it was $60. I looked today, about $85. Same with the single disc director's cut, which I need to find. About $85 for that. The 2-disc, which is in the bigger 2-disc case, is $80. Now, there is the green-headed stepchild of the group. Okay. The single disc director's cut greatest hits, green label, which does support DualShock as well, if I remember correctly. May not, I don't know. $30 loose, $35. This is the copy nobody wants because not everybody, but in a huge majority of people want that art with a black label. They do not want the zombie art with the green label. It's the bottom left of the quadrant. Yeah. Anyway, and then you've got this. So that's the PlayStation versions. Like I said, all loose around $30, but don't buy them loose. Get the version you want, whether it's the jewel case or the long box or the green label director's cut greatest hits. Then there's the Sega Saturn version. Okay. Another long box, right? Your classic Sega Saturn US version. A little more pricey. $100 loose for this game. Single disc. $225 to $30 for a copy of Resident Evil on Saturn. Just because collectible IP, not a lot of them out there. Most people didn't buy it on Saturn. You know, I'd say a vast majority of people bought it. I don't know what it sold for on Saturn, although it was the number 6 game on MobyGames.com. I would say there's a vast vastly fewer on Saturn. So expect to pay about $225 for that, depending on the quality of it and all that stuff. Then there's the remake. GameCube, you can literally buy, I believe it's a 2-disc version, little 2-disc GameCube version of it. $30, $17 loose, 2 discs. But again, I think...
Isn't it the staggered case like
I can't remember.
two-pack?
I don't know. I think maybe sometimes they're like this and sometimes they are. I don't know. But I will tell you, $30 for that game, that is a deal. If you see this game out and you like these games at all, for $30, this is probably the version you should play, but this is the version you're going to want to play.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no variants for Saturn or GameCube?
Not that I was aware of. No, there's I don't believe there's a player's choice version of this game on GameCube, and I don't think there's any weird print versions for Saturn.
Okay.
Now, I take that back. There is a player's choice version because they also put out this. This was an exclusive to GameStop, the 10-year anniversary collection of Resident Evil for the GameCube. And in here is Resident Evil 4, one of the Capcom 5, and Resident Evil 0, which was before the disaster, whatever. Okay. But they're all greatest hits versions. My guess is, I don't know if they ever made this. They might have made this independently, but if you find this out in the wild, it probably was originally in this slip cover with these. This thing, I think I bought this from Disc Replay. I know I bought this from Disc Replay before COVID, and I paid less than $100. They're about $175 now, and you just don't ever really see them. The sleeve is the hard part, obviously, to find there. So they do have that. And then, okay, let's get to the population report. This is going to be vague. It's going to be exact, then it's going to be vague. So, PSA.
Yes.
There's 26 copies of Resident Evil in PSA's population report, which, by the way, if you've ever looked at WADA's old population report, PSA's is much easier to navigate. Every time you go to it, you do not have to say, I want to see all of them. It's like, WADA would always be like bandwidth limiting and say, oh, just show me the first 50. No, just show me the whole fucking list. I'm not always going to be here for the A through the C. Come on, man. Like, I'm going to say 90% of the time, people are just going to say, give me all of them. So do it. Anyway, there's 26 of them. 6 long box versions, with the best being a 9.8 A+. Remember that one, the 9.8 A+ long box version. There's 19 of the jewel case version, black label, with the best being a 9.6 A++. And then there's a single greatest hits, the director's cut, 9.6 B. Now, I know there's at least one. VGA is so hard sometimes, especially when you're using such a generic term as Resident Evil, to find and whittle down. Even when I put Resident Evil 1996 on PlayStation, the list is a mile long for some reason. It's just a pain in the ass. So I couldn't find like exact pop reports, but I did see there was one that had sold on Heritage Auctions that was an 80+ at one point. So there's at least one that I know. And it was a long box PS1 version of it. Now, let's get to sales. When we talk about the 5 sales in the history of video games, at least in the current market, I would put the most this game ever sold for in the pantheon of probably the Mount Rushmore of that. Maybe not. Maybe it's in the top 10, depending. But a 9.6 A+ early production from the Dreamer collection or whatever it was. If I remember correctly, wasn't the Dreamer collection the guy that was like he dreamed of opening we talked about in the D video. Yeah. Same guy. Yeah. I dreamed of opening a rental store.
And that's it.
With all the coolest games. What a great provenance that is. Anyway, so a 9.6 A+ in October of 2021, height of COVID insanity for collectibles. This game sold for over $254,000. $254,000. Now, mind you, 20% hammer price, the buyer premium. So the guy probably actually bid like 210 or whatever stupid number it is, 215, and he got jammed up to 2. Imagine paying a $40,000 premium because you bought something on a Heritage auction site. $40,000 at 254. It has to be, what's 240? So that puts you at 240. It's got to be 210. $215 or something like that was the hammer price, and then you add $40,000. Fuck off.
That's insane.
I could have bought a car, but I'm paying my buyer's premium because it's sold for more money. Fuck off. Anyway, okay. Anyway, this game sold. I would put that on the Mount Rushmore of poor, because literally a year later it sold for less than 20% less. It sold for under $200,000 like a year later. The same version, same copy, everything. The least this game has ever sold for, and I thought this was interesting, is the PlayStation Jewel Case version, an 8.0 CIB, sold for $149, also in December of 2021. Height of mania, but nobody was buying the CIB. Nobody was in on the CIB train. I'm going to say there's no population report for CIB PlayStation games. They only show you sealed games on WADA, aka PSA's site. So the fact that they do grade them is one thing, but being able to know how many of them have been graded, you can't right now. Yeah. It's just not in the report. And then the most recent sale, this was the most interesting part. Jay, I asked you this earlier. I'm going to ask the crowd. The most recent sale was a CGC 10. I believe it was CGC. It might have been WADA, whatever, who cares. A 10 A++ on the Sega Saturn. This sold in August. A 10 of that game, sealed, sold in August. The long box PlayStation 9.6 A+, which is a much worse grade comparatively, $254,000. I want to ask the audience, how much do you think that 10 A++, the best possible grade you can get on the Sega Saturn, sold for in August of 2025, just a couple months ago, compared to this $254,000? How much money do you think that 10 sold for? I'm going to give everybody about 15 seconds to answer. They're all asleep.
It's a long pause.
Yeah. Why the long pause?
There you go. Seagon.
$10,000 is a guess from Seagon. Keep going. $30,000 NHL Angry J 93. Thanks for being here.
Drew said 5,000.
5,000. Anybody else?
Wow, from 254,000.
254,000 is what it sold for at the height of mania.
We're jumping all the way down to 5,000.
5 more seconds, everybody. 5, 4, 3. Clearest at the gun, 45,000. The answer is $8,125. So again, hammer price probably actually like 7, less than 7, 6,800, something like that. Because you had 13 to 6,800, you're getting 81. Okay, $1. I'd buy that for $1. A 10 on the Saturn, which just goes to show Sega. I love them. But nobody seems to care as much. Like, it's like, oh, it's not PlayStation, it's not Sony, it's not Nintendo.
They need a variant.
But a 10 on the Saturn for $8,000. I would have probably guessed somewhere in the $30,000 to $45,000 range. But what do I know? It also, I think, is the cover. I don't think people covet that cover as much.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
they
what
need
people
a variant.
collect.
They got just this one standard cover. You look at PlayStation, you got a few.
Yep. All that information is from eBay and CGA and WADA and PSA and Golden and Heritage and the toilet. That's where it all comes from. Sega still love. I know. It depends. Very rarely. Okay, Jay, let's talk about speedrunning this game. Let's speedrun our way out of this place.
Done.
Ooh,
So
wait,
what?
one more thing. I almost forgot.
Oh.
Did you know that back in the day, you could sometimes order the CD of the music and the soundtrack for games? So in this case, I have in my hand the Resident Evil original soundtrack remix CD that you could purchase from Capcom, and I believe it was like $19.99 or whatever, and it was from Viz.com or whoever. This was in a box of PC games I bought from a guy from $25 5 years ago. And it had some PS1 games I didn't even know about when I bought it. And they were the best part. This CD goes for like $125 now. You just can't find it. Yeah, I mean, it's just super duper hard to find. And it's a Capcom licensed. It even talks like it's talking about the comic in there, the magazine. Oh, yeah. So another weird one, just a total anomaly. I would always pick up weird Resident Evil things. And I was lucky with this. Just happened to be a box of stuff I bought, but a cool side note.
That's
so
cool.
Okay, Jay. Now let's talk about speedrunning. I'm sorry.
All right. So for speedrunning, so I kind of jumbled a bunch here because there's a lot for this game.
Oh, every platform,
Yes.
5 runs, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So what I did is for the number of players and number of runs, I went across every platform. I just took the overall. And for players, there's 435 different people ran some version of Resident Evil. 2,162 times. That was a lot. Like
That
was
is
really
a very
surprised.
high number for what we
Yes.
usually see.
Yes. So I centered it down to, I just picked one version. So I picked the bad ending.
There are a lot
the
of
runtime-
qualifiers.
Yes, there are a lot.
Good
So-
ending, better ending, worst ending, bad ending,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
So I went bad ending, no glitches, no restrictions. And then
With the original playthrough.
with the original,
yeah.
yes, the original playthrough. I originally did it with just Jill. Mike added Chris in as well,
I
which
felt
makes
like yeah,
sense.
well, yeah.
Fair.
Because like we talked about, there are differences in the game that you can see very
Yes.
clearly in the
Yes. So the 2 runs I did. So again, it's bad ending, no glitches, no restrictions. One version with Jill, one version with Chris. That's the only differences I used.
what was Chris's at?
Chris's was at. It was done by.
Ronnie?
Did you not flip these around? No, never mind. I'm sorry.
Chris is on the
I
bottom.
thought I put Chris originally. That's
No,
fine.
you put Jill originally.
Yes. Ronnie did it, and it's RONNEH7.
Yeah. Mhm,
So
number 7.
Ronnie 7 did it in 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 53 seconds. Did it 2 years ago.
Yep.
So fairly recent. Then we've got the same version with Jill instead.
The Jill run.
Yes, the Jill run. And that was done by Gray Skull 83. I like the name.
Good name.
GRAYSKUL.
Right around when the gray skull became a thing.
That's right. 1 hour, 9 minutes, 57 seconds.
That's like 33% faster,
Yeah.
roughly. Let me
That's what happens when you get a fucking gun and not
When you have a shotgun and a lockpick,
Yeah, instead of a bullshit knife.
yeah.
Chris sucked. Why didn't anybody tell me not to use Chris? But that was done a
I
year
tried
ago.
to today, but
Yes.
that was much too late.
Yes, it was already too late.
Yeah, that was what, a year ago?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a year ago.
But yes, that right there to me was kind of depicts the whole like, do you want to play do you want this already kind of a pain in the ass laborious game to get through to be longer and harder?
Yeah.
Some people do. Play with Chris. If you don't,
Clearly I did.
play with Jill.
I wanted to immerse myself in the whole experience.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I really wanted to get mired in the crud.
But that was all from speedrun.com.
All right.
So
Well, I think that is a show.
that's a wrap.
So we have a game. I'm going to put my headphones on.
We
here.
do.
We have a game and a date.
We do.
I have told myself, because the same thing always happens if we don't, we are going to commit to a game and a date. And if we have to change it, we will. But we're going to do that because when we don't, what happens is like on the weekend, we're like, hey, maybe we should do Resident Evil. We got to hurry. We have like 3 days. And then
On
I got to let
Sunday.
everybody know, and it's too late. You know, like I don't want to tell somebody that I had actually called people like, hey, is it cool we do this? Because I'm giving you 48 hours to get ready. And that's why we don't have a Sashimi Z review, because they didn't know what game it was going to be in enough time. So putting that to bed, this was an anomaly. We've been trying to do that anyway.
Yep.
So Jay, episode 97.
Yep.
We're going to do it on a Tuesday because the Wednesday, 2 weeks from now, is the Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and you're
Yes.
going to be quite busy.
Yes, I'll be working. I work retail still, so I will be working
Yes.
late on Wednesday.
Although he's pretty happy with his gig.
Oh, I still am. Yeah.
Tuesday, November 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a game from 1997. Jay, what game will we be doing?
Tekken 3.
Oh, shit! Yes! Ah! Mom! Tekken 3
Pretty excited about this one.
for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tekken 3 is the choice.
Yeah.
The classic Namco third person or 3D fighter. Usually the third version of anything is usually about the best one.
Yeah.
Usually when you get to 3, you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is as good. Super Mario 3,
Yeah.
Tony Hawk 3, Tekken 3, the list goes on. You know, Jaws 3, Clerks
Ronnie
3.
says we have it at Logan on the floor. Can I just play that? Absolutely.
You can, because we're going to be talking about the arcade one a little bit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the arcade one because that's what came out in 97. So we're kind of, fudging it.
Yeah.
And then I got an idea for it. Okay, before we wrap this up, the game for 1998, I have an idea. I want some people's opinions. So in the chat, if you got a minute, is the Shimizu is a real person? That's debatable.
Where's that?
Right there.
Seagon said it.
Seagon
Yeah,
said it.
actually, sashimi is.
Sashimi.
Sashimi. You
Sa-
always tell me that. I always say it wrong.
Sashimi. Sashimi?
My homie Z is real.
I want people to tell me and us what game they think we should do for 1998 because I have an idea, but I want to understand what the people's opinion is. It might not matter, but I'd like to know. So anyway, but yeah, Tuesday, November 25th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time now, not daylight anymore. We're on EST, not EDT. That changes for the people listening who I love you all. There's a difference between in the U.S. like when we're in the Eastern time zone, there's EDT and there's EST. After you fall back, that's standard time. Mm-hmm. When you spring forward in April, that is daylight savings time. So EDT or MDT or CST or whatever it is. So 1998 equals Ocarina of Time. Robbie, I'd be down with that one. I don't know. That would break a long streak, and we're about to hit triple digits. But it's been considered, is all I'm going to say. Xenogears, that's not a terrible choice. Another PS1, although I don't think we get Robbie to play Xenogears.
Yeah, we haven't done a 64 game, right?
No,
because I haven't had the opportunity to.
But if there's one we're gonna do, that one's on the list of consideration. No, I wouldn't think he'd play Xenogears. Okay, so Jay, that's the plan for 97. We'll continue to discuss 98. Tell the people listening now where they can find us.
Well, we have a link tree. It is linktree.ee/Lost Joystick. Or you can go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Lost Joystick Network. And for as little as $3.50 and as much as $5, you can become part of our Discord.
Get a gallon of gas with that, guys.
You can become a LJNer. No?
I don't like that.
No. We come up with something else. That one didn't work.
Yeah,
that was a roll off the tongue.
No, that's not good. I don't like that one. I don't like the...
No, that's not good.
Go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and get rid of that.
Let's edit that out then.
Yeah.
Parasite Eve, not a terrible idea. Parasite Eve, I believe Shinji Megami or whatever his name was, what's his name, was involved in that as well.
Seagon has a good point. It's a medium coffee and an old-fashioned donut from Dunkin'.
That's it.
Skip one way. Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Once a month. That is 11.66 cents a day is what you'd pay at $3.50.
I feel like we should be playing the
Let me make sure.
Arms of an Angel song or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. The ASPCA, we just need $20, man. Like, you found that in your couch cushions.
Yeah. Oh, so Seagon was at Let's Go Retro, of course.
Look at that. 11.66 times 30. It's 11.66 cents a day.
Nice.
To support us.
Well, there you go.
Aren't we worth? Yeah. Wouldn't you like to sponsor a kid like me? Was that from the Seinfeld? Anyway, Go ahead. Yeah.
So, but we have the Patreon. And then we also have our regular social media pages, which is Lost Joystick at Instagram and Twitter, or Lost Joystick Network with Facebook and Twitch, which you probably are here right now. And you can also email us at info@lostjoysticknetwork.com.
Nice job. Just a shade under a decade, too. Nice. A little long boy tonight. I'm so tired, Jay.
Getting all sleepy myself.
It was a good show.
It was.
I like doing these.
It's good stuff.
You get to learn about the things that you'd like or you thought you liked. So with that, I want to say thank you to our friends. Thank you for John and Robbie for being back on. Sorry we missed you last episode. And thank you to everybody in the chat. Your support means literally everything to us. We appreciate you being here and hanging out with us, being in the Discord, showing us your pizzas, talking about the things you bought, that you eat, that you buy, that you do. But we just appreciate that you're here. So with that, I will say, go out there, have fun, be safe, and be excellent to each other. Holy crap. That episode made me want that long box more now. Thanks. I'm going to go throw my jewel case version in the trash. Send it to me. No. Anyway, yeah, that's just, it was too funny. I was literally at that show and I was like, there was just a kid there selling a bunch of like nice PlayStation games. And like long box, like the D I got is just like, it looks like brand new. It's so nice. And they just, they don't look like this very often when you get them anymore. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times they look like shit. So I was like, oh man, I told myself I wasn't going to buy this thing. We just did this episode. What do I need this for? And I'm like, fuck it, give me it. And right next to it was Resident Evil. They were like this in a box, face down like that. And I just went, how much for both? Because he had 140 on D and he had 125 on this. And I was like, if he says 250, I'll just do $15 off. We're not asking for the world here. Or no, actually, I think it was 150 on this. I take it back. It was 150 and 140, maybe whatever. But he said 250, and I'm like, sold. And I sent him Venmo immediately, and I'm like, cool. I got them for 125 each, which is about what they're, this goes for. D goes for a little more if you can find a nice one. But yeah, so anyway, that's just too funny. So I'll hold on to it for you, Robbie. It's not going anywhere. I didn't have any plans for it other than I had to rescue it from the box. I'm like, this must come home with me. I'll take care of you.
Oh, I forgot to even talk about what I was...
Don't worry, Brad Vickers. You're next.
I forgot to talk about what I was all excited about before the show. Did you forget?
What?
What I was excited about before the show? Just before the show. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I don't remember.
You don't? What's coming to the U.S. Next month?
Oh, my God. I'm going to mute this. Jay's about to talk about the Odyssey.
Dude, there's a company in Brazil that's been making games still. And they are going to release a few in the U.S. They're doing...
There's a Brazilian
4
development
games right
company
now.
that's made Odyssey 2 games, and they're actually going to make carts?
Yeah,
Is
they're
that
making,
right?
they've been making them in Brazil. They're going to release them in the U.S. and
That and
starting next
Master
month.
System games, they never stopped. You can get Mortal Kombat 3 on it, I guess.
That's right. There you go. But they're old. Like they released a version of Hero, like Activision's Hero, and I don't know what the other ones were.
Who cares?
But there's 4 coming right now.
Jay's dream has come true.
It has more Odyssey. I love it.
The Odyssey that never ends.
I thought I had completed my collection.
Yeah, well, it's never truly done, is it?
No.
You've also learned that, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, like this is good, but it could be better. It could be better. It could always be better.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to pack all this shit
Never
up too.
complete.
Nope.
Drew
It's
says,
never
never
complete.
complete.
That's
Speaking of
why I
which,
bought Wizards and Warriors 3. For
when's Byerly on again?
Yeah, is he on now? Josh, you on now? No. All right. Man, I gotta go. We gotta get going. I wish I could hang out tonight, but I cannot. I barely slept last night, and I'm just like so cooked.
We didn't talk about we did have a variant that we didn't talk about.
This is what I meant about the long goodbye.
But this is what we didn't talk about.
Oh my God, Jay was over there by you the whole
I
time.
know.
Oh my God.
So talk about this. I'm gonna go up closer to the camera and show it to everybody so you can talk.
I cannot believe I couldn't see it.
I totally forgot.
It's sitting over there the whole time. If it was here, I would have remembered. Damn it. Need an Irish goodbye. Exactly. So Irish goodbye is just like, well, there's a headset that's still streaming.
So explain this.
Okay, so I went on eBay one day looking for a copy of Resident Evil or something, and I found this, and it's literally box art that this guy hand drew. Okay.
Everything.
And what you need to do is take the original version and put it up next to it. Okay. So you have to show them the front. Now show them the back. Okay. Because it's very detailed. It's like folk art, essentially. They're almost exactly the same. Now, Jay, I need you to do something. You hand me one, I'll open the other. Okay. I want you to open up that game. I want you to take the booklet out. Okay. And these things, this guy prints these. They're on, I think you can still get it on eBay or whatever, but they're hilarious. I think it's just the fucking funniest thing. Now, I want you to look at the back page. No, just look at the back page. What's the back page say? Let me read. Does it say Resident Evil, the official strategy guide by Game Fan Books includes a free 10-page preview? Yeah, here. This is the level of detail. I can't see. They can't see this. But look at, show them the two at the same time. Flip to any page. And the guy did a hand drawing of all of them. And it's a print, and he did the spine art too. But yeah, that's the classic. Is that the one with Barry in it? And it has all the characters like in the middle? Yes. You got to go to the whatever page it is. Yeah. So you got to show them.
Well, let me show you. It's hard.
There's option mode, right?
Weapons page.
Weapons and option mode. Now show them the other one.
There's the weapons page.
Weapons and options. Yep. There's your option mode. But he even drew the people, like the zombies. I paid like $10 for the guy to ship me the thing. It was worth every penny. I love it so much. And I cannot believe it was over out of my view. Jay had it over there. I didn't see it and completely forgot and brought it down here. But that is
So the jewel case that comes in is worth it.
the jewel case. Didn't come with it, buddy. That's a repro jewel case I found for $4 at one point because it did. Yeah, it didn't come with that. It would have been worth it just for that. I agree. But yeah, so that's one of my favorite things is that stupid printed piece of paper.
And this is in your collection.
Oh, it's on the shelf with the rest of the Saturn games. Wait, look, I want a loose game to put in it. Then I want to put like a label on top of it. That guy, I'm going to commission a hand draw. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those teeth. Look at that beaut. Oh man, it's so good. It says here, face your fears on the back. And there's a dog. Like he's even got the dog crashing through the window to just show him the dog. The top art here. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it. The dog crashing through the window. Anyway, we'll post some pictures on the Discord. But I got to go. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us as always. We love you all. We will talk soon. If not before Tuesday, we'll see you on the Discord. And have a great evening. And we'll talk soon, man. Yeah, you need one. You need one, Drew. You got to get one. So, all right. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Later, dudes.
Yeah. Oh, God. Got to take your wife into the airport at 4:30. Thank you.
Oh.
Bye.
See you guys.